Good evening, all. Good evening, Rick. You good, mate? We're on.
We're on.
That got you, didn't it?
Well, I'm never ready, am I?
Oh, it's all right, mate. Everybody, if you could do me a huge favour and bear with us this evening, Daz will be with us, but it'll be slightly later on, and I will let Daz explain, should he wish, if he wants to, when he gets here. He's got some important business with his family to be taken care of and dealing with, so hope everybody's good so far and had a good week. Thought we'd try it off and start it off with a little bit different, and instead of coming in and saying we'll be right back after this, you will see us right after the intro. Mate, wow, you had some banging fish in there today, didn't you? Some absolute beauties. Well, I would like to say this evening we are doing the Hiyutsuri Koi appreciation, but I think, in all fairness, I think Rick has 100% won.
No chance.
That is one heck of a. I'm not going to say what, but that's very nice. It's very good. If anybody is interested in some very nice Hiyutsuri in the upcoming near future, need to see this man, because there's some good ones in that bowl, mate. There's some very good ones. You had some very nice. The Shisui and all. I'm not a fan of Shisui, Rick, but there was some nice Shisui there. There were some belters.
We've always done good Shisui, mate, but that change of environment is taking them from nice to off the scale. Massively different.
It had and all, mate. It had. If you just bear with me 1 second, I'm going to put, because I haven't put the link up for everybody, if anybody did want to join.
So if I click that link on YouTube, then you have to shut down YouTube to go on.
No, if you just click on that, it just brings you the same way as you just clicking on it like I do when I
don't, mate. I would type it out.
there.
Because it's always on my phone, isn't it? And that's not linked to me.
Right. So ideally you could do it being sent somewhere else for you, so it were easier. Do you always type it out every time?
Yeah. That's how dedicated I am, mate.
Have you never heard of copy and paste?
Yeah, but it's my phone.
Press and hold on it, copy, and then send it to wherever you want it to go, and paste it.
Yeah, but my laptop's different from my.
I'm going to make that easier for you, then, mate. Next time, I will send it to you.
Mate, don't. I've still got algae down my legs, mud down my legs. But hey, yeah. It's one of those things. I wasn't going to do it, but when you look after livestock, you sort of have weird. You have spells. Last night, I just had a bad night. It was just like shit.
Did something go wrong then, or was something?
No. Just
about
there's
it,
too much weight.
Did you think you were pushing your luck a little bit?
Yeah, pushing my luck. Even though I got backup air pumps and all the rest of it, it's just like there's no point pushing my luck for some of the fish aren't. It's just one of those. So you just have to send them down for no other reason than I can't be dealing with. It's not paranoia. It's dealing with livestock, because if you don't get it when you get that,
if you push your luck, you're going to push it too far.
Yeah, you get that gut feeling, and you guarantee if you don't act on it, 2 or 3 days later, shit will hit the fan. You've
seen it enough to experience the changes and how the behaviour is to realise that.
I mean, no, the fish were absolutely fine, but a pump had failed a few days before. We'd had all the electric problems a week or two before, which we got away with, but got away with the right word. Yeah. It's not, and it's like, well, actually, there's just no need, so let's just fit them down, because the weight of fish in some of them ponds was stupid.
I couldn't believe, honestly, mate. I mean, I know they looked bigger. You know, when you see them and you can see them coming up the top, and you think, God damn, they're bigger. But there were some of them in there were nearly double the size of what come out the other side, weren't they? I only saw the first full nextfuls that you pulled out, but there was some definite difference. The Sakai Akari really does do the stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, as much as I wanted to do the trial with the hope of not seeing a difference. Best case scenario for us is there would be no difference. Or best case, it would be even worse. But actually, after 30 days, I stopped the trial because I started feeling it was just like the difference was too much. It's like shit. It's
Yeah.
not great, is it? So yeah.
So how much? So how much is my feeding fee going to be?
It's all right. Crafty's covered it.
Crafty covered it. Oh, sweet, good man, Crafty, nice one. But see, if you work it out, what were they? I mean, one question first of all. Do you struggle with maths a little?
Do I struggle with maths?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Just out of curiosity, because like you said there were 100 fish in there. There were more than 100 fish in there. When
to be fair, there was more, but
55, you counted 55 like 7 times in a row. 55,
me
55, 55.
Yeah.
Like you did that last time when you took Munger Pond out and you emptied it.
I always put more in. Every bag of fish we send out has got more in. Everything we do, you put more in, because you never, if you want 100 fish in your pond, you put 110 in, because you're going to get a couple of jumpers, you're going to get a couple of whatever. So I hate counting fish in the ponds or whatever, but because we were doing the kind of feed trial, I was a bit more. But the first batch of fish we put in that pond, there was a hole in the cage and a load of little showers escaped. And it's like,
they slipped through into the other side, didn't they?
So they went through into the pond.
Yeah.
It's like, well, that's a great start, isn't it?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many, even though that pond probably had more fish in, they actually had all grown better. There was mirror imaged and linked with water going between them. So it was designed purely to show what difference the food makes, and it did.
Yeah.
And it was like bollocks.
It does make that much of a difference. But it's like you were saying though, if it does make that much difference, can you cost effectively do it and pull that money back with the sales of your fish at the market value?
Only with the small percentage top end fish, can't you? That's the thing.
Yeah.
So obviously a load of those fish were coming out with like, doesn't matter what they've been fed on, they're only going to sell for X amount. But the better ones look that much better, and you could probably potentially on the ones that went back, you could recoup that money. But that was only 30 days. 30 days, they had 500 quid's worth.
Yeah.
So you have to try and work out. In reality, as a business, we're going to probably have to condition the fish so you can get them to a point and then polish them up.
But as a business, couldn't you possibly get more discount buying in bulky amounts? I know, no,
they don't. They literally, they're a nightmare. You have to order like
a container full.
Well, no, you don't get discount in that. It's quarterly. The price is the same, and it's quarterly orders. You have to go through so many. It's just a rigmarole. It's a pain for what we'd want, because we don't want a lot, because it'd only be for the top end stuff. It's just a pain, so the holy grail will be to find something that can match it.
And that's the thing, in it.
There's companies working on it. There's different. I don't want to. There's different people trying to do it, and the problem is the food itself isn't that expensive in Japan. Yeah. It's only when you've paid off Paul, Peter, Jack, and John that it becomes expensive.
All want the cut as well. Yeah, it's crackers, isn't it?
So it's like any product that goes through that many hands. It's a business, isn't it? Everyone's got to make money.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the way it goes, isn't it? It is what it is, but there's no denying that stuff does do exactly what it says on the tin.
It surprised me the difference on varieties. So some of them weren't that different, and some of them were massively different. But the failures were the same. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. The ones that the Benny's going to fail on failed equally on both ponds. There was no difference.
Yeah,
and some of like the Hiatsuri they weren't particularly different in both ponds, but other varieties like the Shishui were poles apart, just staggeringly different. Yeah. It is. It's one of its learning curve, and if there is no way of matching that food, then we have to use that food, but for the right fish at the right time. There's no point.
And use it for a conditioner bulker for the last sort of like stage as you're going through.
Yeah, whilst you're growing, yeah. So certain fish, whilst you're pushing them, growing them, makes a difference, doesn't it? But equally, we've seen with the fry this year, because we paid a lot more attention. The environmental changes, temperature, it's mostly temperature and water quality. The difference that has on the fry is staggering.
Yeah, it does.
Genetics is important. Of course, it's important, but It's just
Well,
those growing show fish,
exactly.
mate, are insane. If you took your like someone that's not had them heated or whatever and took those bowl of 100 fish, and
You can see it, can't you?
it's like you wouldn't believe they were the same fish. You go, well,
Yeah.
no chance.
Yeah,
And
I mean, mine literally, they look like tiddlers in comparison. Mine would fit inside yours' mouth. It's nuts.
Yeah, it is staggering, and it is purely environmental.
Yeah.
So he switched himself off.
He's muted, isn't he?
Of course he is.
Kaka! Hello.
He's like, Domino's! Where's my McDonald's? Crafty, where's your McDonald's, mate?
Hey, he's had a fresh trim. Look, fresh trim crew. Apart from yourself, Rick.
Yeah. My McDonald's, mate, is still with Ronnie.
Not Ronnie got sacked, didn't he?
Well, I don't
Reggie
know.
take over. Reggie took over, mate.
Let's quickly whiz through there. We've got the Koi guy that says, just got laser eye correction surgery, so sitting in a dark room with the GKP to keep me company for the
Is that
night.
Ross? Ross, mate.
Yeah, Ross.
Thank you. He'll know what it's about.
Mate, take it easy, bud, because my daughter had that done about 3 years ago, and man, she said that it was one of the most painful things she's ever had done. Worse than giving birth. She said it was horrible. And I hope, fingers crossed, mate, everything goes smooth for you and you're not having too much discomfort. I'm going for the old contact lenses on Sunday, so we'll be getting, and the reason why is because I've got this stupid band outside of my head where I've got my glasses and be. Contact lenses on Sunday. Ed's got
Can't see with the glasses on.
I wish I had that because mine fall off all the time. Your head clearly grows around.
Mine do that. They're cool. They've got spring. So the spring.
Your skin grows over your arms like that because you've got a fat head.
Fat head. Christ alive.
Fat head. That's the only thing I've got is fat. Everything else in. Like I said, if anybody does want to join, the link is at the top up there. Feel free, link, follow in, jump in.
Top of what? I can't see it, but it's obviously.
It's at the top. Is it right? If you go to the top right of your screen, it says comments.
I don't look. If I look at the comments and I don't
You get distracted, don't you? You start sending personal, private messages to people.
I just don't know what I'm doing.
Like you did, Aaron.
That's
They
it,
were coming up on my screen.
Yeah.
How's it been this week, Crafty? Busy?
Yeah, very busy. I think
It was auction fish, mate.
started. Yeah, that was a good night, the auction night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it
Well,
was,
yeah, I didn't win nothing.
It's because you didn't fucking bid on enough.
He did.
Mate.
He did. Just
Go-
not
they will go with-
confidently
they will
on
go
his
like-
BMX.
Diamonds in the sky.
Mate, you needed to put a bit more money on the table, Rick.
Not a chance, man. You know what I'm like. If it ain't a bargain, I don't want it.
I'll tell you, the one, I had a look back, the one that got me was that Ginrin Saki, mate. That was next level. So,
I was busy,
I
man.
like the Kanoko.
yeah,
Yeah,
mate.
I like that.
305 quid that went for that. That was a loss of about £180.
Who won it?
Colin.
Like,
I mean, Colin won them all.
Congratulations, Colin. If I had been there, I'd have won it. wouldn't I?
Was it Peter that got that? I think it was Peter, wasn't it?
No,
The chap
Steve,
with the
no, Steve got it.
Steve.
That Peter guy weren't even bidding, mate. His son had got onto his thing and was bidding for him. He didn't even. He come in the next day. He said, "I think I've got a fish or two." It's like, don't you even know what you've won? He went, "No."
No. Well, at least he picked in some nice ones. His son's got a good eye as well, then, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, though, mate, the people, those auctions, yes, you win some, you lose some. But for people out there, if they spot something that they want, there's bargains to be had, isn't there?
Oh, without a doubt, I'm going to send this to you guys now, just so because people might not have seen the auction. So I'm just going to send it over so you can show it. But this fish was, for me, one of the nicest fish of the night. But I don't know. But yeah, the auctions, mate, are well worth it, man. You know, they're a lot of work, but I've been making some adjustments to how we film and how we do things, and I think we're just about getting where we should be with it now. So
I think, to be honest, mate, I still think you need still shot. I know the video is better to show them real life, but you still want, if you could still have a still shot of them.
Well, I'm practicing on my still shots, mate. I hate
They must be on the website or whatever, aren't they?
No, they're not my photos, mate. But this is one I'll just send you now. This was Colin Holland's fish that I took the other day, and I'm getting there and that. It's when it catches the light round the top here. That's when you see it at its best, man.
That's ginring off the scale, isn't it? I mean, that's
the ginring on that is mint, isn't it? That really is. That's exceptionally good.
Yeah.
I would have been. To be fair, I would have been bidding
all over that. Yeah.
The one that you pulled out, the Asagi Goshki Cross, Daz did some of them last year. And all right, granted, there were a few that were a bit whack, but there's a good 20 or so that are exceptionally nice fish and have turned out really good. But one of them, Vicky's taken, and that looks Kanoko. Is that right? Is that the right word? Kanoko? With the speckledy pattern.
When you get the separate red in each scale.
Yeah,
honeycombed.
Yeah.
That's how I describe it.
And Daz also got a few of them that had got the bar type pattern down the fish, like the very similar to the one that you pulled out this morning, Rick. I really quite like them. The Asagi Cross Goski makes a nice mix, doesn't it?
The problem with it is so many of them are not nice.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I mean, because a lot of them were a bit, that didn't work, did it? That just does not look good at all. The ones that do end up looking pretty good. Let's go to the next. Oh, crap. Oh.
You just sat on something.
I mean, this is a quick one, but this is from the live. I do believe that is entered this evening as well.
That is what Colin Holland won.
Yeah, but I believe he's entered it this evening. He sent it in because he screen grabbed it. This is the one that I purchased.
So yeah, that's where I'm getting at with my photography now. I'm just trying. It's hard work, though, man.
Do you sedate him slightly for that kind of a photograph, or do you just wait a million shots?
This one I didn't. I took about 24 shots to get that. Yeah. So that would have been, in the old speak, that would have been a whole camera reel.
Yeah, it would have been, yeah.
The old day.
It
takes them forever.
Clicking it across on every one. I mean, now with an iPhone, you can do the burst shots, can't you? You can just press it and hold it and take like 50 photos straight off.
Yeah, that's done with one of them DSLR cameras.
Yeah, it makes, when you're selling them by pictures, it makes such a difference.
Yeah.
But you've got to be obviously careful. The trouble is, the tendency is you can change them with all the technology, but at the end of the day, if you send it to a customer, they're going to be disappointed. So you've got to be as honest as you can. And it is a nightmare doing fish.
I think that's why videos are good, aren't they? As well, you know, it shows them for what they. I mean, you can
get videos, but the big trouble with videos, isn't it? If you do them outside, and it's the light levels, isn't it? They need more light to do a video. But if you try and do them outside, you get the light, you get the shade, it's all over the place. You try and do them in
reflections.
But yeah, we're still learning. We're a nightmare for it.
Well, I've got some lessons booked in on how to take pictures. So,
got some lessons booked in.
Well,
Ryan.
I think you need to. No,
Ryan's the man, and he's pretty good at it. Yeah,
Ryan's excellent at it. But when I was over in Japan, the guy at Sushi that I was with, he often had his camera down his side, like after taking shots, and I'd take pictures of his camera settings, just to try and work out what his f-stops are, and which is a lot like being able to set the right light and whatnot for the lens. But I think he must have about 6 or 7 different settings. He said he's got separate settings for it, so I was trying to snipe him every time he took pictures.
A lot of it is just being able to do it in a in an environment where you haven't got the big light and shit, so the light's right. Because once you've got a bowl, and in our country, you put a bowl out, and half of it's bright and half of it's dark, isn't it?
Yep, that's right.
Immediately you're screwed. You just can't get.
Well, when you're in Japan, mate, the flash is the key. Not only does the flash take the reflection out of the water, but it's about getting that flash brightness right against the f-stop of the lens, so it complements each other. That's the bit that is hard to work out.
Yeah,
to get right, because you although I'll shoot in RAW, which means that I can change anything on the image of the photograph to make it look right, even the exposure and the darkness and the shadows, etc. But they don't do that. They take a photo and they don't touch it afterwards, like in Japan. And what you see, they take the light round the edges off and put it on a blue background and feather it in. But the actual fish don't get touched at all. And that's what I want to get at, because with every shot you get in, obviously, as you know, Rick, you haven't got time to sit there. If you've got like 2,000 fish and you're taking pictures of all them fish, you ain't got time to sit there and doctor 2,000 fish. That's a job on its own.
Forever, wouldn't it? It'd be almost as long as the grading, wouldn't it?
So what I want is, I don't know where they were. Ryan was out somewhere, and one of the farms had a concave bowl. Mate, that would be a game changer, because they always want to go to the edge of a bowl, but the bowl was like shaped so that they always sat in the middle of the bowl, because there wasn't an edge to go to.
That's the only flat spot.
So, but the blue didn't get picked out. So all those concave.
We could design one.
Huh?
We could design one.
Just get good with a heat gun and shape it into the pattern you want.
But obviously they do them. So that farm had them. I can't remember where they were, but it was like, that's just insane. Because obviously the blue, you can't see it flat, but that fish sits perfect every time.
I'll give Ryan a call and see if he knows where it were. He's just getting them back, mate, from Japan. That's a twat, isn't it?
Well, you're going out there. We'll take one each.
Yeah, we can all wear them as a hat. Like one, we can put them in as hand luggage.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Bothered. Last time I went out there, I come back with samurai swords, antibiotics, treatments, fishing suitcase. No bother.
I did as well, actually. A couple.
What, samurai swords?
No, fish.
Samurais.
They're sat on the mantelpiece now.
It's weird that what you could get away with then. Yeah, samurai swords were right. They weren't allowed to go on hand luggage. They had to put them back into my other bags, but that's fine.
Crazy. Well, that's a question there then. Let's see what you reckon. Should I purchase an Awazi frother?
Frother Schwimmdrobber.
Definitely Awazi's German, European side.
5,500 Awazi fountain pump or air pump and bar for oxygen boost in my pond.
An oxygen bar, spray bar over the top, they're the nuts if you can put up with the noise. That's the way I'd go.
That's the Awazi floating skimmer, isn't it?
Yeah.
What the Frother Schwimmprudler. It's got to be the floating skimmer, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's some great words
for that one. So that's basically a skimmer.
Basically, they do a floating skimmer that just sort of sits.
Yeah, we use them at work. They're really good, actually. If you can keep them down, it's that they have a tendency of when
they
the
rise up in water, don't they? And then
when the water flow either right at the beginning or as they start to get a bit clogged, they'll rise up in the water and you don't know when they're going to do it. It's like they don't actually do nothing but make a bloody hell of a noise. But
they gurgle like hell, don't they? And all you can use. Actually, one thing I really need to get in now is just something to get the leaves off the surface to stop me having to dick about removing netting. But that netting actually, Crafter, is quite big, so I can push down onto the netting and the stuff floats up to the top, and I can just net it off now. It's quite a lot easier than what it was with the old shitty netting I had. That were just like a 5 mil.
What's Claude trying to achieve? The difference is you got different. What's he trying to?
Yeah.
Achieve?
What are you trying to achieve, Claude? What are you wanting to do?
The air pump's probably the easiest option, isn't it?
the Oase swim skim is actually designed to float around the pond. You know, it's like rather than anchoring to one point.
Yeah.
As well.
That's what we all do, don't it? We all try to keep it still and pull everything to it rather than let it do what it's designed to do and just dance around everywhere, isn't it? If you get an external flash crafter, some plug into the camera and pick up the f-stop settings to flash at your right speed.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, mate. Takes a bit of practice to get the right image, though. That's the thing. Rather than stand there for hours snapping and downloading, looking, and what, like someone knows it.
The problem is when you're selling online individual fish, it's a big difference, isn't it? A decent photo of a fish, you'll sell it for 200 quid. A crap photo, it's a 50 quid fish, isn't it?
Yep.
That's a bargain. Got four plastic bowls that farmers get car feed delivered in off marketplace, £3 each, 65 cm round. There you go. Nice one.
But it's not round, round bowl. The round bowl is the worst thing to photograph of fishing. It's just...
no, it's a stainless steel fountainhead.
Okay. We've got that as well on the outdoor main pond. But again, what are you trying to achieve?
I think he's trying to get more oxygen in the pond.
Spray bar's the best thing for me. But if you want something that looks lovely, fountain is where you go.
I mean, those what is it ones that they've brought out now? Like everybody's putting at the bottom of the ponds where you can put them in front of a return and it jets and blasts all your oxygen in. But they come out with such a lot more finer bubbles, which oxygenates your water a lot better, doesn't it? Than the
Venturi. It's not new, man.
Yeah, that's not new.
Well, no, I'm not meaning the Venturi. I'm meaning the ones where they've got these. It's like a piece of hose pipe, but it's weighted down and it's allows air to come out. Air bar, yeah.
Yeah,
you can get them in the circular discs, but the circular discs don't seem. The one like the Mountain Tree one that they do, that seems to put out quite a large bubble, as opposed to the ones that that company were there at the show. They were at
Burton's do a good air bar. I've got one in my pond.
The problem is you get air bars. So originally you used to get like air bars for oxygen, which is a finer gas, a finer bubble. So you basically couldn't see it, but it put a lot more oxygen in your pond, but they block up easier. Yeah. And then you get the like leaky pipe, which is like a jacuzzi, someone farting under the pond, and it's just you get what you pay for, and the higher the quality materials used, the better. But also they'll block up quicker. That's some of the ceramic air stones put a really fine bubble in, but.
If I really want some arrows, I've got about 25 meters of it just out there in my garden. There's fucking tons of it. It's the same as like dripper hose, isn't it, for garden? You know, when they have your veg patches and you put water through it, but it weeps out everywhere.
Yeah, the holes generally in that too for gases. It's too big a bubble.
Yeah.
Again, it's what you're trying to achieve. How many air stones you want to run? Where you're running them.
That's the one. Air curtain. That's what I was trying to think of. Simon Shear says, evening. Good evening, Simon. And then Sharpie says, evening, me ducks. Hope you're all well. Hope you're good, mate. Now then, has anybody got any topics that they would like to have a natter or a chat about this evening, or are we just going to sit here and roll with it, guys?
We've got no questions to go with.
I think we've got the odd one. Not, in fact, I have actually got a message to pass on. Vince, if you're still in, just drop us because this will actually save me telling Rick to tell you. If you're still on, give us a thumbs up, and then if you
He's stealing fish today, mate. He was taking my even Dr. Kempo. He was taking my mind off stuff, so I got rid of fish, and then he was bagging them.
Seen it. I seen the one he bags. He's already sent it me straight away. Like, look at this. And that came out there, and you were like, if I'd have seen that, it'd have gone back in or put it in a bag then.
Honestly, I remember literally every fish you see. I didn't even see it. I watched the live back, and he was chatting to me, and I just got rid of him. I reckon he's that.
You've got to get to a point though where you've got, like you said, when you did the first batch when you tipped in with the ball and you tipped them all in and said they've got to go. I've got to thin the numbers down. It's got to. So I'm guessing all those go in the shop and they'll be moved on at that stage, and the rest of them gives them. It's like you've always said, in it, split them by half, feed them the same, and double them again.
Basically, yeah, that is the upshot of all of it, isn't it? You can't, and you have to make decisions on stuff as to what's it going to hold color wise, what's it going to do quality wise, what do you need? There's no point all keeping the same again. If as a farm we might have a year where we've got 1 or 2 varieties that are just heads and shoulders above everything else. We can't just keep those varieties. So we have to get rid of good ones of them and keep worse examples of other varieties to make a mix.
Yeah.
Then you constantly sort of doing it. But yeah, that one particular fish, I remember picking it when it went in the tunnel. I'm not being funny. I remember literally every single fish that goes in and out, thousands of them. They're just like little. They're there.
I can understand it, mate, because I've done it, even though I've not done it nowhere near as much as you. We're doing it and doing a bit of grading down at Daz's, and you see them later on. You see them at a next stage, and at the next stage, and you think, "Oh, I remember that. That's a nice fish." Yeah,
your brain is insane. The number of, I can't remember a birthday. I can't remember after stuff. Every fish, thousands and thousands and thousands of them. I remember it.
Yeah,
you do. You get to know your stock, don't you? You do.
Can't help it.
You can look in your pond, can't you? I bet you'll be the same at work, Crafty. When you're walking in the morning, you look in your pond. If you think, "Shit, where's that fish?" And that can be one out of many, many tanks, and you'll know that if something's changed or if something's gone, and when did that sell? Kind of thing. You'll know it straight away, won't you?
Even individually on the fish, you get to know or remember that it wasn't like that last time you've seen it. You see the difference in what's occurred. You know.
Right then, seeing as though we have still got Vince in, I've got a message, but there's a little bit there from David Pitstock. Says, "Hi Gaz, Gaz, could you pass on a message to Rick so Rick can pass on a message to Vince?" I was well chuffed to watch Vince win at the BKKS, and he said only got Japan to do now. So he's entered himself into the Matsui Groen show with exclusive the koi. And if by any small miracle he wins, it will send the Japan flight ticket straight to Vince. So there is a small chance we could get Vince to Japan. So there you go, Vince. Mate. You have a small chance, mate. But if it happens, it pays off. You have a chance of getting yourself out there, mate. You just need to save up for the rest of it.
See, that not being funny, right? That is the koi community, by and large, is amazing. YouTube, whatever you want to call it, is brilliant. There's a few idiots, but by and large, someone offering that. I win a trip to Japan, I'm giving it to you, mate. What? That's brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a very generous offer, David. And unfortunately now, mate, I've made it public, so it has to stand. But there you go, Vince. I shall pass on the details for you, mate, and you can have a chat with him. What's this one, Crafty?
That's my pond today.
Well, let's have a look at this. Yeah.
I don't often feed my fish anymore.
Don't often feed them anymore.
Don't do anything with them.
Wow, look at that render, though. It's good. That is banging, mate. He's done a good job. It blends in really well.
The thing is, mate,
lining up at window, man. Oh, shit. Oh, that's because you threw food in.
Some of these are going soon. I can't wait to get rid of a few of these.
Can't wait to get rid of them.
Look at them
Some of these are going. Why would you get rid of them?
I'll have that pair of Sankey, mate, if you're getting shot.
Oh, fucking
the Deutsch one's the best Sankey in there.
It's not.
It's not.
I think it is.
That two in the corner, mate, they look all right, don't they?
There's some banging
on that one.
Look at the big Aragoki there. Oh, that's a bit different, isn't it? So all right then. Let's get it to a point where
freeze frame it. The two Sankeys in the corner. Crafty's donating to me.
They're nice, them two Sankeys, Rick. Let's see if we can get them in the corner again.
Okay.
If I can guess the breeders, do I get them?
No. But let's have a game anyway.
I'm not playing if I don't get them.
So one of the Saragoy's going that can't shift its cart box, so that's going now. It's literally grown over the top of its face now. So that's going. That's going to the university. They can look at the toxic ranger. Go on, guess those two Sankey breeders, Rick.
I think the one on the right, well, not now because it's the one that was on the right. Sakai,
Underneath, you mean? Okay.
and the one on the left, NND. No, did you just get NND? B?
There we go.
Well, I like the one on the right more, to be fair, but the Benny's a bit stronger on the head than the body.
Yeah.
But not a bad pair, is it?
So you've got one right, you've got the other wrong. I'll give you another guess.
But you still don't get the fish.
Good question, mate.
Tsunoda.
No. They're both waggle, aren't they? Those two.
And for all those that's wondering,
they're also renowned for jumbo fish as well. So
yeah, Momotaro, but neither of them look like Momotaro.
They are. It is one Sakai, one Momotaro.
Well, I'll get them both then.
You don't get any of them, mate. I'll grow them on for you a bit.
Who's the Deutsch one from?
Shinoda. The one with the secondary Benny, that's Takano. That one is from Marino.
Look at that one there. See, that Deutsch one's nice, man. How can you say that's not?
It's good. No, it's a good example, but it's Deutsch, isn't it?
Well, look at it though. It's not no rugby ball, is it? And it's got some good body to it.
So you can get them eggs out of it. We'll slim it down.
Yes, I thought I took a picture of my fish today. I've got two Taniguchi Sankey in there as well. That little one you can see in the background.
The one with a little bit of Coochie Benny.
Yeah, that's Taniguchi. That is. I added that this week.
See if we can get it when we're under. There, they're coming to front there, bastard.
No, that's not the one.
There.
Keep going. You'll see it on the right hand side in a minute. There, not that one. There.
Oh, there.
The
one just underneath there, then.
You can't see it properly. I'll have to get another.
Photograph them in a blue bowl.
So what's going? What are you getting rid of?
Two Saragoi are going. One of the Kahaku. That's not at my street. That thing down the bottom right hand corner, that Koshki, that's going.
This.
Yeah. I say thing, it's a nice fish, but it's not for my pond. And a couple of others are probably going to fit out about 8 in total. Yeah. She took hell of a whack in spawning that big Taniguchi Sankey. I've got 3-step Taniguchi Sankey, and she took a hell of a beating.
Just keep males. So stop that there. Stop it. Right. The one on the left's Momotaro, the one on the right Sakai.
Yeah.
Should get a job in fish farming, shouldn't I?
Yeah. The one on the right's got better Tsumi placement than the one on the left, but the one on the left's got a fucking hell of a body. It's a big ass fish, man.
What are you feeding there, Crafty, on them? What are you giving them?
Colour, mate.
Sakai.
Yeah. I'm just doing a colour diet this year, which won't do my my Shiro story much good, but I'm sure that we can probably.
They'll be all right, mate. If they're good, they're good.
Yeah. Yeah, but Taniguchi Sankey got absolutely smashed in loads of raised scales and that, but she's fixing well.
Mine are still feeding absolutely shit. They're nervous as hell. They're just petrified. Ever since what's happened, any bird any shadow, alt cast over, I walk past, they're poof, they're gone. They're down and whizzing around everywhere. They are proper shit in the pants. Spooked them. Even throwing in prawns now, and they still won't. They won't come up for them. They'll wait until I step back, and then they'll come and feed on them. They're well nervous.
Well, they got right to, didn't they? They just watch their mates get
If I just watched 10 of my mates get nicked outside of the pond, I'd be shit myself as well.
Nicked, eaten.
Yeah,
not nicked.
Good evening, Mr. Tate. Big bug in...
big ant in Japan.
Yeah. Hey, you never know. You've got a chance.
Right.
You just buy him a load of food so he can grow winning fish bins. Job's a good one. Be worth a bag of Sakayakari just to get the flight.
You up for Japan?
I think customs have stopped Vince on the way through. I'm sure that Trump dog will sit down.
Are you up for Japan in February, Rick?
Am I on for Japan in February, mate? I think I am in when we go to Thailand. Do we know?
Next year, I think.
No, there you go. A 9-year-old next year.
So,
I don't know, mate. Possibly. It was only for a week.
Yeah, well, you can go for as long as you want.
I don't need anything. It's like going for a jolly, isn't it?
Yeah, because you need something.
It's not, is it? It's about keeping up to date with what's going on.
What, in Japan? They serve beer in nice glasses. They do. Some good, yeah. Their food's nice. But yeah. Yeah, I'd love to, but it's difficult to justify it when I don't need nothing. But
that's not what you say. You say you need to go over there and buy a one-off fish. I mean, didn't you say overnight you needed some overnight in auction? You needed a certain fish. Everybody heard it.
Yeah, I probably do. Won't find it in Japan.
What's the easiest way to determine the correct amount of air in a pond? Do any of you check the air? And if so, how?
Don't ever check it.
Strange question.
What is
I
the
don't
correct
I don't run air in our ponds, to be fair, generally.
No. Well,
I try not. You do, but not.
I don't do it other than,
it?
Yeah, I mean to measure that, mate, it's like I don't see the point, and this is probably stemming off of the back of something I was listening to yesterday on YouTube, and you know, if anyone is throwing enough food in where they've got and they're in a humidity content where it's so bloody hot, yeah, you might have to measure the air because of what you're trying to achieve. In your pond out there, as long as you've got air being pumped into either a filter bed, or if you're a little bit worried, 30 litre an hour air pump is enough. The only thing that you have to do is up your air content when you get stormy weather and it's extremely humid, right? And your fish will tell you when they start to come up looking for air, gasping, all right? But
the problem with that is that they do that at night when you're not watching, don't they?
Yeah, but if you're proactive with it, yeah, that's right, mate. But you're proactive with it. Throw a few air stones in on another pump. You're not going to over-oxygenate your pond. That's something else that I've read quite a lot. You're not going to do it. It's nigh on impossible to even worry about getting what they call it, grey slime disease or whatever that's cures through over-oxygenating. You ain't going to get it.
No, you get gas bubble disease. We get it in fry. You do get it, but you only get it. It's nothing to do with the amount of air you put in. It's to do with when the temperatures are high enough and you've got enough algae in the pond, you're super saturated by maybe 200%. The amount of air is clinging to everything. So the amount of oxygen being produced in that pond is through the roof. And those little bubbles, then basically the spare oxygen is trying to cling to stuff. So you'll see it. It will cling to the sides of the pond, to the fish, to the everything. That's just on proper hot days when you've got enough algae to be producing that much oxygen. And it's just trying to disperse it. So actually aerating the pond would help because it actually disperses that extra oxygen rather than, but yeah, it's not something.
It's not very common to see in a garden pond.
You need to worry about. No. If you're worried, just put an air stone in your pond. And if you're going to do it, put it on a time clock. Come on at night, which is more important. But all I'd say is, quite often, if fish aren't used to air, they make them jump. If you've got a pond that's not used to air, and you put it on. Quite often, it makes them a bit wild.
Yeah, if I switch mine off for 5 or 10 minutes and what have you, just so I can have a look at them, because it does distort the water, doesn't it? So you can't really see them as clearly. So if I switch it off for 5 10 minutes and turn it on, you don't have to spook them again when it goes back on. They'll
Don't
all
like it.
shoot off right quick, as if to say, what the hell of that kind of thing.
It's basically a consistent environment. If you want to run air, realistically, run it 24 hours a day, and they'll be used to that, and it's fine. But that switching on and off, they don't particularly like, and that's when it's jumping and doing stupid stuff because the environment changes, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I only ever noticed it the first time I did it, and I thought, crap. But they do get a bit startled with it.
They do become a lot more accustomed to it. So if you do it regular, they get accustomed to it. Like anything, if you catch it,
it's like we were saying about sticky netting and kind of thing. If you do it regular, they're accustomed to it. If you don't, then it is a bit of a daunting experience when some great big black things chasing them across with a big pole at them. They soon get spooked to that, don't they? But I suppose
familiarization. Back to the original question, your pond, you can get a test kit and it will tell you how much oxygen's in the water. A liquid simple test kit, and you can get a chart that says at this temperature, this amount of oxygen should be present in the water, and if you're in the right scale, and and if you're adding air and your filter's running, you don't get the diurnal the rhythms you would naturally get because you're artificially adding air when there's not so much air, and you're gassing it off when there's too much. You're just creating a more stable environment. But
I think it becomes one of these chasing the numbers sort of scenarios where you can waste your money achieving nothing.
Yeah, you can. At the end of the day, the only dangers are when it's hot. If you're going to run air, run it at night. That's when everything goes to shit. So you'll see every bit of algae in your pond is producing pure oxygen through the day. When the day's out, it's producing oxygen. That's simple, but at night it goes backwards. So that's when you have to deoxygenate. People go out. My fish were well hungry last night. I fed them. Next morning, they're all dead. Well, it's because every bit of blanket, every bit of algae, everything is suddenly using oxygen rather than producing it. So if you're going to add extra aeration, or we have people that turn their waterfalls off at night. I was too noisy. I turn my pumps off at night.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah. But
what do you guys think to the Venturi question? And have any of you used it?
I've
used them in tropical fish tanks, but they've come with simple filter systems that I've always had them in, so it just gets that little bit of oxygenation. It's only all it is adding air to a water return, isn't it? That's it.
Yeah. So we use them in the shop on all the returns generally. So obviously, the way we're set up in the shop, we need to get as much oxygen into the ponds as we can. So Venturi put a lot more in than an air stone.
Yeah,
because you're just sucking air into that inflow and it jets it down, and you get a nice fine bubble, and works a treat.
It looks pretty cool as well, I think.
Oh, they're easy. You can just stop them and start them. I don't understand why it's not. They use more. They are super simple and they work well, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Never used one before, but yeah, I agree they are.
I've seen them quite a lot of ponds on YouTube where people have added them too, and you can see fish swimming along in it, like swimming up to it and just battling into them, like they're loving it.
I think the time they're probably at their best is if you've got a kind of filter system where the water's coming back dead of oxygen, which a lot of submerged systems, a lot of the old chamber systems where you're putting water through them, so you're feeding gravity through a system. And that filter is eating every bit of oxygen available, and that water then returns to your pond, pumped to the pond under the water, is dead. But a Venturi then just adds some oxygen to it. It doesn't add oxygen; it just sucks air into the flow and just regenerates the water. And that they've got their place. But again, more modern systems, you don't get that dead water return, as it were. The old systems where if you got like a bottom drain to a chambered system without air, by the time that water's come out the end of that filter, it is as deoxygenated as you could possibly create. And that bacteria that's gone through has just chomped everything.
Most like backy showers, what goes in oxygenated water as it cascades them through, the oxygen content coming out.
So
It's
that
the
oxygen,
same
so
again.
the
It's
water's
starved
coming
to
back
do-
oxygenated.
Moving beds does exactly the same, innit? That's why we use air in there to keep more oxygen in there, because the bacteria that's doing its job, it consumes the oxygen as well, doesn't it?
So yeah, and it's like a trickle filter.
Constant breed.
All those things, the water's coming back full of oxygen. But the old school ones where you're going through multi-chambers, that water's basically as
Void of everything when it comes out.
Your returns coming back in, horrendous. But that's...
Congratulations, Hillsley. I've just got a new job, which is working on flood defences of water and water analysing. And they do lots of different tests, monitoring equipment. I'm going to try and hook me up.
Flood defence. You went from sky to flood defences.
That's a massive difference, isn't it? Congratulations, mate.
Good stuff. You can start robbing stuff for us. Water test kits. Don't get caught, mate.
Yeah, and we wasn't saying you've got to do that.
So yeah,
aiding and abetting, Rick.
No. I'm not aiding.
Are yours homemade? As in your Venturas? Venturas are
some, no. Generally, we just buy them. Basically, all of Venturas, you return under pressure. You just shrink the size of the pipe so the water goes faster, and then put a hole in it with an airline.
Yeah.
And because the water goes faster, the pressure's lower, and it sucks air in, and it jets it in. It's so simple.
Yeah.
You could make it. Yeah. You just if you've run in 2-inch pipe work back to your pond, you can strict it to 1.5 inches, drill a hole in it, put an airline on it, and because that water bit goes through the smaller pipe faster, it sucks air in.
And then blasts it all out as tons and tons of bubbles under pressure.
It just forces that air in, mixes it up, and fires it down. Or you can buy them.
There's loads, Chop Jagger, there's loads of videos on it. There's loads of, in fact, there's one guy that actually uses a, submergible sump pump. He makes a little adapter for the top of it, which is like comes up in a single and then downsizes to 2 smaller little pipes that come off, but they're of a smaller diameter into T's. Comes up, reduces into a T, into 2 jets coming forward with 2 air hoses pushing across, and he puts that in his pond and it turns it into like a jacuzzi, man. It's just like a froth pit, just bubbles everywhere. There's no in it, it's just a pool that is testing in it, but the amount of oxygen that puts back in that water is nuts, man. Absolutely crazy. There's loads, man. Have a look on the old YouTube.
Yeah, it is one of those things. So you can have a lot of people like underwater returns, so you haven't got all that splashing and noise. So you can do that with a Ventura, and you just get a fire of air coming out with it. And you can see it's running as well. Underwater returns, you don't know if your pump's packed up half the time.
Let me show you. I'll give you a quick idea of it.
Bring back the Venturi. There you go, look.
Oh yeah, I watched this one earlier actually.
Yeah.
What, today?
Yeah.
Bloody hell. You boys have got too much time in your hands.
I had a day off today, mate.
All right. But yeah, it's all about just changing the speed of stuff, isn't it? It's mad. So
look at the oxygen all over bottom at pond, look.
On our big lake, we run basically floating boat engines. That's what we call it. They're propellers that literally just fizz up and they draw air in and fire it out. And they're mental, but they're 750 watts each. So you don't really want to do that.
No, you'd empty your pond quite quick.
Yeah. But yeah, you can do it. So they do commercial. A German company do. Oh, names escape me now. They do some amazing kit, like floating Venturis and stuff.
Dale's asking a question. We're sorting through some fish medication cupboard and found a 1 litre bottle of FMG mixture malachite used by the 3rd of the 24th, and 250 ml bottles of Tamardine, used by the 2nd of 24, unopened, top still sealed. Can I use it?
Yes, but we should say no. All I'd say is
Exactly right. But guys, the date on there is just. It's
It
just
says on the
control
date says best before, not used after.
It's
best
not even
before.
best before, mate. It
Right.
will work.
It's just its shelf life, and that's where they
It's not
say
even
it
the
would
shelf
be.
life, mate. It's just about the control of the chemical in a shop environment, mate.
the only thing you got to worry about with anything with formalin in it, as long as it hasn't been cold.
Yeah, it crystallizes then, doesn't it? I think.
So if it's been near freezing at any point in its life, don't use it.
Yeah.
Other than that, Tamardine is just iodine. It's just that's fine. It's not. You ain't doing nothing with
But
that.
you shouldn't use it.
You shouldn't use it, but do. Dispose of it carefully when you need it in the pond.
So there you go.
But yeah, formalin is one of the few things that you need to be careful with. And we've brought stuff from companies that are like crystallized. It's shocking, and they've been obviously in the warehouse where they got cold and it's crystallized, and it's like, oh, I ain't using that.
There you go, Rick. What do you do, Rick, with your big lakes in the heat with oxygen levels?
Just said massive boat engine things. I don't know what they're called. Yeah,
Aerator.
there's literally a propeller in a cage that just fires water up, and it does it. It's set at such a height on the float that it draws air in as well. So the impeller, not only does it fire water up, but it draws in and it just blasts out, and they are mad.
Do you not just throw a couple of air stones in?
We do in some of the ponds.
One
but
every
yeah,
5 meters.
just a couple of
honestly, we
little
do, but
round blobs.
you chuck you what now? Oh,
About 3 months ago.
oh right. He just showed me a load of teeth in his hand. I thought they just fell out of his mouth. Yeah, so the big ones, okay, they're higher wattage, but I mean they probably move 100,000 gallons in 24 hours. So they're turning the lake over literally to the point where they draw the silt in the lake to like a mountain under them, where they stop working after about 6 months or whatever. They're starting to chug because they've got 4 foot of silt dragged up underneath them. But yeah, in our mud ponds with a koi, we just put literally an air stone in them because that's 40 watts of power rather than 750 watts of power. But yeah, that German company, man. I'm trying to think of. They do some incredible stuff where they like floating venturis, also different air injectors. Yeah, if you've got a 2-acre lake that you want to make sure's safe.
There's other natural ones and all that can be used. I mean, I know it's not always the case, but self-generating ones where you can get ones where on a windy day they have 3 propellers, staggered in a triangle that the wind hits, it blows and circulates, and it makes a movement and turns the movement of the water and circulates it as it goes.
The problem with stuff like that is on a windy day.
You only work on a windy day, but it's an additional.
Yeah, but the problem is if you imagine the water's surface on a big lake. On a windy day, you probably quadruple the surface of your lake because of those ripples.
Yeah.
So you've got all that shape. So that's all areas where oxygen can diffuse in and out. So you tend to only have oxygen problems on those
perfect flat mill pond when it's a red hot sunny day.
When your air pump's now not going to work because it doesn't spin round, or solar powered ones that don't work at night, or unfortunately, it's if you've got a heavily stocked aquatic environment, the times you need it to run, you have to put power into them. You need electric or generators or whatever. That's that. They do some weird stuff, and some of the solar ones, but they got batteries included and whatever. Yeah,
the solar stuff is shit.
Well, I'm just trying to make a point for that crap. You've got solar stuff with backup batteries to hold the power till you need it when the sun's not out at night.
Yeah,
you might as well just plumb some electric in.
Yeah,
and just run it on a time. So ours run on time clocks. So they kick off about normally 10, 11 at night until dawn. So that way you're only running a short period, but it's that period it needs to run.
Yeah.
Scares the shit out of some of the fishermen sometimes. But
Ilzy says, why don't you get a solar farm on the site to help bring down the electricity bills and run loads of air pumps?
good, mate. Bring the panels over. Don't go robbing them, but bring them on over.
Well, we run 150 watts of solar power, 150 kilowatts, sorry. You know,
Yeah, it's one of those things. But you got a massive roof on your shop or whatever, haven't you?
Yeah.
So most of our farm's taken up with brambles, sticking out and ponds.
And polytunnels.
Yeah. Yes, there is. It's one of those.
But the initial outlay of it is huge. You know, to get all that in place, all installed, etc. I ain't going to say what it costs, but it's not a small sum of money. You do save a huge amount, but it takes a while to recoup your investment.
But but you need the finances to start. So we looked at it a few years ago. They were doing government grants for fish farming to do all that sort of stuff, but only in Dorset and Cornwall and Devon
and trout.
We didn't fall into the bracket.
Yeah.
It's like, and they were literally matched. If you spent £1 million, you get £1 million grant for nothing. But yeah, we weren't in the.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's an EU thing, or it was one of those. Yeah, let's help certain communities schemes, which is great, but we're just a bit bitter. We didn't fit in it.
It's all right if you're taking what you harvest, mate, because a lot of the time you don't. They'll take it back off you. Anything.
Oh yeah.
They only give you a certain amount back. Put it that way.
So Erika says she just found this on a 2004 chat forum. The air can easily be supersaturated to a higher dissolved oxygen content than the equilibrium saturation. Peter Waddington wrote a series of posts in the NI boards a few years ago documenting how most of the pond had been built routinely, run 20% to 30% above equilibrium saturation. With all the aeration, his point was that it doesn't hurt the fish, it helps them exercise and encourages them to eat.
Yeah, but so your saturation level is what naturally a body of water will have in oxygen without algae, without fish, whatever, at a certain temperature. So at 20 degrees, it holds 4 milligrams per litre. That's your saturation level. So if you add algae to that, it will become supersaturated as soon as the sun's out, or it'll become unsaturated as soon as the sun's at night time. So you get these rhythms. By adding aeration, you will increase the amount of available oxygen to bacteria, fish, whatever. That's why we increase the oxygen in our ponds and filters to run more fish and filters. So everything he said is correct, but you can't. Supersaturation that becomes a problem is 200%. It's massive. It's not an issue. So you can run 50.
You'd have to be putting tons and tons and tons and tons.
You can't supersaturate water by pumping air into it. You can only supersaturate water with oxygen by having a super algal bloom in the middle of a hot day that's just firing pure oxygen into it, and that's when you get all these problems. So for a koi pond, the more air you're running in it, generally, not necessarily the better it'll be, but you're not going to have the problems where there's a lack of oxygen. You're making sure that there's always more oxygen than naturally would be there 24 hours a day. So yes, they will eat more. They will be happier. It's like that's quite sensible. It's not. You've only got to drop the oxygen level to below 2 milligrams per litre for 1 hour, and your fish are dead. But you can keep it at a higher level forever, and it's not going to do them any harm. So that's kind of,
That's why I've always personally given mine what the maximum I could give. And I know there's people that turn around and go, ooh, for anybody's out there that want to do a little bit of penny pinching, you can get these little devices where you can turn them down so they start using less electricity, so they're producing slightly less oxygen. I've always been the one that I thought, if you can give them as much as you can, because you're never going to be able to overdo it, that they're going to be more happier having more than what's necessary than risking being underdoing it and then finding fish bellied up.
But we're only ever putting air generally, unless you're using ozone. You're only putting air in. You're not putting oxygen.
Yeah.
You're putting air in.
Yeah, putting air in. Yeah.
So that's only 20% oxygen at best, anyway.
Yeah.
But you've also got the bonus if you aerate a pond enough, a lot of the ammonia stuff gases off before it even goes through the filters and stuff. So you could run your pond like a monster jacuzzi, but where do you draw the line? You're trying to create an environment that's stable and cost effective, and so you've got adequate aeration is the key, isn't it?
Yeah.
One decent proper air stone is enough to keep 50 koi more than happy on a 24-hour period. There'll be times they don't need it, and there might be 1 hour every 24 hours when they do need it. That's the key. That 1 hour when they die without it is kind of important, isn't it? The 24 hours they don't need it is kind of unnecessary, but you've got to run it all the time because that 1 hour. Yeah, it's
only a problem when it's a problem, isn't it?
Yeah, oxygen is one of those parameters that we have people that fish have all died and they'll come in the next day with a water sample. And they've also died of oxygen, but I can test your oxygen, it'll be fine now. But last night at 3 o'clock in the morning, it was obviously on its ass.
Yeah,
but it's fine again now because it's one of the few parameters that will fluctuate massively over the course of 24 hours.
The bigger the fish, the more oxygen they require as well. So
it's not the more they're worse at obtaining it. Basically, the bigger the fish, the surface of the gills doesn't change that much, but the amount of oxygen a fish needs becomes higher. So there's only X amount of oxygen available. A big fish eats a lot and needs a lot of oxygen, but it's only got, its gills are only so big. There's only a surface area that can change the gases in its body. So when you've got a shagoi that's 90 centimeters and weighs 60 pounds and has just eaten 2 kilos of food, it needs a lot of oxygen. And that one window in the night when that oxygen is not there, it's a goner, isn't it?
Yeah.
Whereas your little fish, well, they ain't bothered.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's all relative. I haven't said that for a while.
No, you haven't said that for a while.
It's all relative.
There has been a fair few unfortunate people of late, Vicky being one, the gentleman that does his live with Vince. I saw and noticed that he lost a lot today. And I thought myself, I wonder if that was oxygen or lack of oxygen.
Oxygen is the only thing that will kill fish. Like if you lose all your fish in a window of a matter of hours, literally it can only be oxygen or a chemical that's caused it. Yeah, and not the oxygen not to be there or whatever. So, and the greatest problem is obviously in the height of the summer when the temperatures are highest. That's when the fish want to feed the most. That's when the algae's growing the most, and the oxygen in the days through the roof.
Everything's pushing to the max, isn't it, at that point?
You're pushing it to the max, but that night, and we find on the farm, as you go into autumn,
we can koi as well, yeah.
As you go into the autumn, the day length starts to change. You have less daylight hours. The daylight starts to shorten, but the temperatures can still be quite high. You're still feeding the fish quite heavy, and that's when you start running into these. And if you have a thunderstorm roll in, you're in even bigger trouble because obviously,
because then you get a pressure change as well.
Yeah, so the amount, the pressure affects how much oxygen is available as well as all the other things. So temperature, pressure, there's lots of variance to it.
Yeah,
and but unfortunately, the more educated or aware you are, the more you know that. But unfortunately, that it doesn't always work that way, does it? Your fish are hungry, you feed them, or you go on holiday. That's the prime one. You go on holiday, someone looks after your pond. Fish are hungry, I fed them. They're still hungry, I fed them. Still hungry, I fed them. Next day,
it always seems to happen in like you're saying though, in the perfect storm scenario, doesn't it? You get that aeration might drop off, your pump might pack in. You've got a thunderstorm because you've got really high temperatures. You've got a big algae bloom, and they're using tons of it, and it all comes together all at that perfect time. Not perfect for the fish, obviously, but all the events seem to just tie in at one, don't they? So, like, for example, with Vicky's, she had an unfortunate event where a pump packed in. So a pump packed in wouldn't have been necessarily too bad because she had a lot of water displacement from a pump that was crashing the water back in, which would still be putting some degree of oxygen back in. But the fish moving around and swimming around because they were starting to get less oxygen in there, one of them knocked into the float switch, deactivated the float switch, turned off the pump, stopped the flow of water, and then all the fish. My granddaughter's going crazy in there. Then they knocked off the pump, so there was no flow return of water, and boom, all the bigger fish succumb to it.
That's called sod's law, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's kind of
any
thing.
other day of the year, if that pump had shut down, there'd have been air
It
running.
wouldn't have been an ounce of difference because.
But the one day the air's not running is the one day the pump shuts down, or the one day you fed them heavy because it's super warm or whatever. But that's everyone that looks after livestock will see, and that's what you got to look out for. It you start to know it. You start to think.
And that's where you were at yesterday.
Yeah, you
evening
get
when you were
twitchy bumhole, as you call it.
Yeah.
Time to time. Yeah, we're not feeding today. We're shutting it down. There's days on the farm we'll have spells, and I say just shut the food. We just shut the food up. It might be the height of our feeding season. I go, you can just feel it. You've got a massive storm coming. Just lock the cupboard. No one's having food today. Done.
Yeah.
You can't help it. You walk to a pond and they're buzzing. You want to feed them, but just don't. But you only learn.
If you
that
do, you're going to be in a heat load.
Or and you've realised crap.
So why is it then? I know I've heard you say that a few times, but like for example, when it happened to Vince's, all his fish, because feeders were still going, they were still feeding like stink. The more food they've got inside them, the worse it is for them because they need more oxygen. Why is it that the more that they've eaten, do they need more oxygen just to digest the process?
The whole metabolism is going through the roof.
Yeah.
So Vince's was a perfect storm that he wanted to do an experiment with feeding day and night. So he was feeding 24 hours a day. Fish were flying, but koi being koi, the temperatures was high. I don't know what it was in there at that time, 28 degrees maybe.
Stupid, it were hot, wasn't it?
Absolutely filling themselves stupid, growing like crazy. We have power cut in the night, which is a problem. So we managed to get generators on, saving them, generator packed up. My pond survived in exactly the same scenario, whereas his didn't. And it was because the feeder had kicked out when the generator was running. They fed again.
So they gorged themselves and they were
having a whitey, like when you had too much roast dinner, you're like,
yeah.
And then the power goes off again.
I've never had a whitey off a roast dinner.
Have you not? Mate, if you've never had a food whitey.
A food whitey.
You did. Even Ezra's had a food whitey.
From that chicken.
There you go, Simon. Yeah, that's the type of thing that's what I mean. It's like the perfect storm, and all this shit all rolls in at the wrong time for us, but the perfect time for the major disaster.
That was probably a 1 hour window when they had no 1 hour window when they had no they were full of food, but obviously the oxygen and so the air pumps were on the generators, which had then shut down, and the water pumps had come back on, but they weren't on at that point. They come back on about an hour later. So 1 hour with nothing, literally total wipeout.
Yeah.
Whereas everything else on the farm, upset fish, it was one of them. But literally, I had a couple jump out, a couple of they don't like it, so they're going crazy. But yeah, it was just like I say, a situation. Had Sean known that the feeder had been set to feed at night, he would have probably switched, stopped that. It's just one of those situations, and they were in a smaller surface area pond than some of the others, and they were just I'd say you live and learn, but as
the thing, I was the same though, Rick. I was the same at the shop. So
you did as well,
out of sight behind where the sales ponds are, we've got another array of ponds that are off site to public, for stock rotation, for keeping them special koi out of the way, etc. And one of the ponds there just gone through a PP treatment, quite a decent dose, through the brown stain, probably 2-3 hours in. Okay, enough air stones in there, no problems. In that night, had a storm, knocked the electrics off, and literally every air stone gone, the pumps gone, and we come into £26,000 worth of losses. And that's
it is pretty quick, and it's
you can't do much about it. I mean, we obviously added to it because it had gone through the PP stage, so therefore, having all that extra oxygen in there is a must. And that just must have made it quicker. But you
For
can't do nothing about equipment failure. It's not nothing
For
you
a
can do.
business though, Crafty, can you get any form of cover for something like that, or is it
No.
just
Not a
like
chance.
kind of-
Insurance don't want to touch stuff like that. You see, you have to insure yourselves with backup generators. We've had
We do. We've got a backup generator. We've got a backup generator. It was just on one section that
See,
tripped.
yeah.
So
again,
therefore
see,
the backup generator didn't kick in. It was just one.
that's the thing, innit? It's the perfect.
Yeah.
It's the perfect fuck up, innit?
It's the thing you can't do any. If you're not there, you can't do nothing about it. You don't know it happens. It's one of them. However, if the whole of the electrics went down, we've got all the SOS systems in place. We've got a backup generator that kicks in, and within 1 second, there's power back into the place. So we have to go around and do all the equipment checks to make sure nothing's tripped out.
Yeah.
But in the middle of the night, if just one goes, it don't affect nothing. It's just turns it off, and
you
lose one of
yourself up as much as you can, don't you?
Yeah,
but you can't. We used to have oxygen. Some of the resets, we have pure oxygen systems that kick in with solenoids. So as soon as the power goes, the solenoid kicks in, and you get pure oxygen that lasts 12 hours, 24, whatever. But yeah, one Christmas, there's one day they weren't checked out 364 days or whatever. Yeah. Power had gone on the one system. Oxygen obviously run, kept them alive, but they weren't checked, so no one noticed. Next day,
one of our good ponds as well. It was we had two sank in there at about 78 centimeters.
Yeah. It is, but that is livestock, and the more you condense it, which is why there's periods when I can relax, and there's periods that shit myself, and you get that.
Oh, mate, anxiety levels through the roof, mate. It's like I'm like it when we get a new shipment in. It's like all them ponds, all that money you've just invested, right? That is the start of your business, so to speak. All your profit that you've made's gone into making all that new stock. And you come in, and every time you lift a cover, you're like, holy fuck, please, thank God for that. Please, thank God for that.
I thought there's been gone for that long. I thought you'd had that removed.
That's a different one.
I was sat there like that just a minute ago, and it looked too wrong.
Nice.
Got you on.
It's a different one every week.
How are you feeling?
Better now, and got my sort of results now, so I got a way forward, which is good.
Good man.
And then tomorrow's a day for Sky, Rich.
Oh mate, don't come and use that. I was having a nice night till then. Sky's Matt's little dog, same age as Salem was.
Ah, shit.
She's been bad for about 2 or 3 weeks, and you just don't want to make that decision. Well, I think today is time. So
good for you, mate.
Yeah, but there you go. And how's everybody else? All good?
Oh, yeah, mate, I'm going to the toilet
depressed now. It's not nice, mate. As much as a lot of people, they are part of the family, aren't they? And it's sickening to say goodbye to them, mate. But had a good life. So.
Yeah, she's had better than most. 16 years of.
Yeah, so that's a good crack. That's good innings, isn't it?
Yes, mate. My saying a good innings.
It is. It is.
Yeah,
it don't make it any easier, but
it doesn't. But
at the same time, mate, everything comes to an end, doesn't it?
Exactly.
At least you don't have to wake up looking at you every morning from now on in. That's a bonus. Well, did you work her as well then, Matt?
Sorry, yeah. So
you're working as well as
So 16 years, she spent most of the time in the Land Rover with me and down the farm and working, and yeah.
Did she get a license?
Sorry.
Did she get a license?
What, for working her?
Yeah, for driving the Land Rover.
No, I have got some photos there sitting on my lap with the steering wheel and the paws up.
Yeah, constant in the way.
How's the stomach?
The stomach's good. They want to stitch it back up.
So it is then. It is a loss.
Yeah, and I have a letter now that they want to remove my thyroid through my neck.
Fucking hell, you're having a go at everything, aren't you?
Yeah. But the problem is, when do you do it? That's the issue.
Do it now, no time like today.
Yeah,
mate.
I mean, Pop round. We've got a good sharp blade in van. We can do. Not so good at stitching, but crafting might have more of a steady art than me.
No problem, mate. It's
Rick can sedate you.
get the welding rods out, mate.
We're sticking a ball with plenty of oxygen, bit of PP, you'll be right. Back on your feet in no time.
Bit of apple cider vinegar to clean it out.
Speedy recovery, mate, and everything and all that lot. Make a little bit of a light-hearted out of it, and then it's less worried.
Keep it in a pickle jar. Yeah. If you want to go to the next level. You know what I mean?
Sticking him in the thing. How have you been work-wise? Are you busy? Still keeping...
Yeah, manic. That side of it. So what we've done this week, 2 filtering stores, completed 1 pond, and even up until now, health visits, everybody is going down with white spot everywhere.
Yeah, seen it in the shop.
Yeah, it's weird. There's something that's triggering white spot because I haven't seen it all year.
The peaks and falls, man. It's back up at 23 degrees today, and last, just a week and gone by, it was 14 degrees, and week before that, we're back down to 12.
Yeah, temperature fluctuations. Saying that, one of my customers, Fred, he's just had a massive outbreak of white spot. He won't mind me saying that. But he's on an air source heat pump 24.
Must have bought some dodgy stock, mate.
No, mate, he ain't bought any stock for ages.
Not from you. I sent it.
Oh, yeah. No, he only buys from us. I won't let him buy anywhere else. Especially Matt.
Are you working this weekend, Crafter?
You what, mate?
You working this weekend?
I'm working tomorrow, yeah. I've got Sunday off. Having a bit.
Tomorrow's not the weekend, mate. It's Friday.
Yeah, tomorrow's Friday.
Oh, see, I don't know what day.
Are you in on Saturday?
I'm in on Saturday, not Sunday. Yeah, right. I'm in tomorrow and Saturday.
We'll see you soon. I think we're having a trip down. They're nagging about these fucking fancy goldfish. You had to put them on picture, didn't you? So everybody could see them.
I've sold them.
You want to come down there to come and look at fancy.
I've sold them.
They're all gone.
Shit out, look, you two, they've all gone.
No, they're not all. No, we're having to trim around the eyes on them big black ones.
Cutting away the wen.
That's it, the wen. I don't know.
Because the wen doesn't stop growing on them, for all those that don't know.
So it put them in a tank, and then when we've seen them, the wen, I don't know what they're fucking called, but
it's like brain jelly.
Like those literally, like, on one of them closed up, and it's like it's gone into a tank and it's just gone. It just ain't got a clue where it is.
That's where it's going. So when they're trying to feed, you have to feed them sinking. All fancy goldfish as well, don't they? They're on a sinking out there because it's not good for them to come to surface so much. Because
we use a Kari sinking food, actually. Yeah.
So you don't use the stuff that Mr. Stoddard's dad, as in.
No, I use
Ryan's dad uses some mass gainer. Have you seen it?
Mate, well, we get it. We get free to use for certain.
It's like ride food.
So much money, so. But
he's got little dumbbells and shit in corner of tank for him. They can.
I've got talks with a food company.
Have you?
Next couple of weeks, yeah. So we might be doing.
Are we allowed to say what those talks might be, or is it?
No. Of course we're not.
Really not. No, just be aware that we're in talks to get in.
Tell you what,
our own branded food in. Yeah. The next step on the ladder. Yeah. Looking forward to that.
Sounds perfect.
Aquatics Limited, yeah.
Perfect Foods Limited.
Mm.
Good for hamsters, dogs, cats, and cows.
And even a 3-course Sunday roast.
I can't remember about a food party, mate.
So, have you been fit? Come on, then. You've got to tell.
No, you don't.
You've not. No, Matt. I seen a post on what was the reason for the filter system bigger than the pond? Man, this guy's got me. Don't get me wrong. There was one. That's one hell of a
water in his filter than he has in his pond.
He's got a 2,000-litre pond with a 6,000, minimum 6,000-litre filter system. That's what that'd be kind of its minimum level, wouldn't it? That would probably do what? 28,000 litres, that
It
filter?
was. Yeah. So
Yeah. So
two behind-
is he making that pond at some stage bigger, and that's fitting the bigger filter system for future proofing?
Yeah. So at the moment, presently, he's living on an island, not Ireland, but on an island.
On an island?
Yeah.
Is it Richard Branston by any chance?
And he's moving to Devon in the near future. When he moves to Devon, he wants a big pond.
So that's a buy now, then you can dismantle it, take it there and move on.
Yeah, so the other one we've just done at the moment, his pond is, I think, 9,500 litres, and he's just bought a filter that will do 100,000 litres. And the idea behind that is that he knows that in the very near future, when he's got more time, he's going to be building a monster pond. So what is the point in spending grands on a drum
Buy it
filter
twice. Yeah.
and then having to sell it and losing probably £1,000 on it straight away from selling it? You're using it once.
I was having a conversation with somebody earlier today, this evening, you don't know about, and he was talking about a video that he watched. Somebody had got, let's say, 2 smaller sized drum filters with biochambers on it, and side by side running them, one on the left hand side of the pond, one on the right hand side of the pond, which I didn't get why you wouldn't just buy the bigger filter at half the price of the 2 and just have the one running the filter system itself.
I did.
Meaning, like, there's some people that do buy unnecessarily, isn't there? They do buy.
It could be running off. Is it running on a separate line?
No. They're both pulling. I suppose, yeah, it could be pulling off of 2 separate drains.
Yeah, so that's how I was running my big pond here. I had 2 30,000 litre drums on it. And my theory behind it at the time, I guess I could afford it then. Probably not now.
Not
But
now.
the theory is,
You speak out your ass, mate.
busiest
You
month ever.
walk and found notes fall out your pockets.
He couldn't
You're-
afford
you're
new
the
trousers, could
You're
he?
the kind of cat. You're the kind of guy. This is how loaded you are. You're the kind of guy that gets a small, and I'm talking the smallest rip in his pants, and goes, you know what?
Yeah.
And then when he's finished at the end of the night, screws them up and throws them at the manager's face and said, "You can have them. I've got 4 more matching pairs."
Yeah.
yeah, but the
He wasn't
comical
quite
thing
like that.
was,
He was trying to get money back.
but the comical thing was, when I got back here, there was another parcel here that should have been delivered 2 days prior with exactly the same clothes in it.
Mate,
So,
I'm not
I
being
didn't
funny.
have-
I've never shared a room with someone that had 5 brand new t-shirts, 5 brand new sets of socks, 5 brand new sets of pants, 5 sets of brand new trousers. It's like you'd never
You only
left
got
the house
2
before.
nights.
Just to go to the koi show for 2 days.
Yeah, well,
The only one
probably-
that's rolled out with a trolley, with, you know, those trolley suitcases when you go on an holiday for 2 weeks. That's good for a 2-night break. Boof, everything but kitchen sink with him.
Mate, when I was there, mate, he literally, the wallet that was in his pants when he sat down, because his pants weren't like sort of designed for how fat his wallet was. As he sat down, it ripped his trousers in half. His wallet's full, mate.
Crafty, you
He's
sure
the
it's
only
worth-
one
you
that whilst he got drunk while he were walking. You know, when you start getting slightly off balance, his wallet kept him balanced, didn't it?
Yeah, counterbalance, mate. Yeah. He was that full, he couldn't fucking fold it. It's like literally, you know, when you're doing your suitcase up and you're like pushing it down, standing on it, and that's Matt with his wallet.
Are you sure it's my wallet, though, Crafty?
It was definitely your wallet, mate. Your other pay packet, I must admit, you're definitely poverty. Definitely in poverty.
That's it. We had a chance to have a natter and a chat since show, mate. We're
Well,
belting.
good,
We had a good weekend, didn't we?
Oh,
Great. Apart from some of us caught COVID kind of thing. Hope to get out of work for a weekend, mate.
Have you not been on since the koi show?
No, he's been bad, lad. He's been.
He didn't
been
stop
dying.
moaning all the way home.
I'm
Mate,
not
you've been on
surprised.
one
To
of
be
your
fair,
lives.
to be
Come
fair,
in,
he
mate.
was-
Moaning, I was-
Sunday were like bear with a sore head, wasn't
He's a miserable fucker, mate. He was.
he? If you
Blame
watch
Rick
the video,
snoring.
you can see Rick doing conga, and then you're outside of him.
But
Yeah.
I think what ruined it for me was when we sat down for the evening dinner and I pulled out a massive big head. And I said to the waitress, I said, that is not meant to be in there. And she said, I am so sorry. I seen it floating around. I didn't know it dropped into your dinner. And we're like, when has a hare ever floated around the room?
I don't know what the fuck.
She was
that
special.
mate.
She was amazing. That girl.
She was.
She told me off so many times.
Mate, but I've never seen anyone leave a plate of grub because there was a hair in it. What the fuck
Yeah.
is up with you?
Because it was at the halfway down the back of my throat when I realised.
Mate, get it down, you.
Nah.
What is up with you? Fucking mate, squad is a big cursing
See,
at you right now.
Did you see he, when we got there? He had like a little tray of appetizers. These fancy ass eggs, look like little.
Who did?
And he did. He sat down there. He'd already been in, had his little appetizers first before everybody. And then
There's
he went
no
in
way
again
that place
after.
had fucking appetizers with little.
I
fancy
swear to
eggs
God,
in
it did. It had these fancy little appetizer
and
eggs. And he's going around with like 5 of them like this.
He'd been down Marks and Sparks, mate, before he sat down.
To be fair, because I didn't say anything.
No way that place had them, I'm telling you.
Crafty, you going to Japan in February?
I am.
Yeah, you come in.
Have you set a date yet?
Wednesday.
Yeah, I'm trying to tie it in with the AJKS, mate.
What date is that?
I don't know. I'm trying to tie it in at the moment. It's a little bit hard to, because obviously dealers and whatnot are like around that, and it's what their farms are doing. So I'm just putting the feelers out at the minute to find out if it's a good idea to do it at that time.
No.
Yeah, well, if it extends,
I'd go for the show, have a week's break, and then go and see the farms.
So there you go. There's your excuse.
That's what I'm trying to work out. Yeah, I'll have a week off on the company, like.
Well, not being funny. Every koi farm is going to be at the show.
Exactly.
So they're not going to be showing you around their facilities, are they?
Perfect reason to go then.
Not to buy stuff. It's not, is
You
it?
can rub shoulders with farmers in Japan.
They don't want to fucking talk to you, Gus.
And rub shoulders and buy stuff. You
Yeah,
can't
but
have the show.
They pretend they can't speak English for a start.
Everybody
Right.
speaks English, and if they don't, you just take your iPhone. That does it for you.
They won't. They don't want to know you, mate.
Yo.
No, they don't.
Mate, if they all want to see the mosquito, I'm pretty sure we can have a conversation with
I
him.
don't want to see that either. They ain't got a choice to see it. Fucking, it's in his
He's
face.
been banned from more farms in Japan than anyone else.
Yeah. Honestly,
Yeah,
yeah,
the
I'm
show's got
still
to be worth
working
going
on
to.
it, Matt.
The show's worth going to, but you can't expect to go to buy good stocks of fish and see the farms when all the farms are at the show. It's just
It's a perfect time. They've forgotten those little hidden gems that they were going to take, that they didn't take, that we could buy.
I was going to say they're not going to take them all to the show.
the
are
farms
they?
in Tokyo. The show's in Tokyo, and the farms are hundreds of miles away.
Yeah, 2.5
But
hours.
that train goes fast, Rick.
2.5
Breeders ain't
hours.
on that train, mate.
It's 319 kilometers an hour.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to try and stop it like Superman.
No.
I think he'd even get skittled by it, to be fair. Right, I sent you a video, the second video, the last video, Gus.
A second video. Right then.
No, the last video.
The last video.
Yeah, the one after
What you bought
the
Pam then, Matt? What you
After
bought Pam for her
after the
birthday?
showing for you.
Yeah.
Go on. What are you saying, Rick? But
Oh, yeah,
gotta
so
pick up.
Matt was supposed to be coming to Christchurch Festival boogieing with me, but his wife's got a birthday.
Well, you should have gone to the ABBA with him when he wanted to go.
Why
there,
are you
shouldn't you?
taking your missus with you?
Because she's got the family coming here.
And
We'll bring them as well.
It's her big 40th this year.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, mate. You're nearly 60.
I did say to Pam, I said, when you're as old as you are, you want to forget about his birthdays, not fucking celebrate them.
It's only a day, isn't it?
Mate, she's only 40.
Mate, how would a 60-year-old pull a 40-year-old? That's what I want to know.
His big fat wallet.
His wallet.
You've seen it, Crafty.
Yeah. You fucking didn't know, mate. Not
It's that
one
whole
beer did I
fact.
get back off of you at the fucking show. Tight as arsehole. He's that tight when he walked, he squeaked.
He's not even northern.
That was the Conga, that, mate.
That's like, what's that? You got a squeaky shoe? No.
What's this, Evan?
This is Colin Holland's big fat amount of fish. These big chunks.
Oh,
he wants
Colin,
to move some of these on.
Well, he needs to move them on to make room for the little ones he keeps buying.
Well, they're all in my pond as well at the minute. So at the minute, between you and Colin, I think you've got half the shot.
Come on, Colin. We'll just keep on going. Soon we'll
That
just take over.
chag's about 98 cm.
Oh, damn, look at that size of that thing.
Mm.
Is that a nice? Is that a big groma that comes in under the bottom there? Buddha groma?
I can't remember, mate. It's got quite a few in there.
This one here. No, maybe.
Was that chicken wire he's got on top, man? Come on, Colin.
It's literally like yesterday. Just had a heron visit, so that's
There ain't no heron taking that jaguar.
no. But mate, son's there looking. I know what I'll be doing. Let me have a look. He sent me
There's
another
some
one.
big ones in there, Colt.
Let me send you the other one. This one's banging. If I can work this fucking machine.
We'll play that one before, and then this is one that we didn't get to see before.
Oh yeah, mine. Yeah.
Your bloody
Look at
pond
that.
again.
When you go with no shimmies.
Craft, you just need an empty out and start again, mate.
No, I don't. There's my new one that's just swam off, Gaz. The little Taniguchi Sankey in the background. This little one on the right here. Yeah.
Oh, is that not the one with the coochie Benny on lips? No.
No, I don't think so. I've got another one. I'll put another one in that I've got.
Hey, up, Dad.
Evening.
That Kahati there that's on in the middle of the screen now. That's going. That's staying. I can't.
That's your old bruiser in it. That's your battle.
Yeah, I won't get rid of that. That's a bruiser like that. That Kajaku in the background's going.
Bloody hell, there's a lot of fish.
Hello, Daz. I didn't see you popping, mate. Hiding behind the couch. There you go. That one. Beautiful fish.
Oh, it isn't.
That's nice.
Trouble is when you put one good fish in there, the rest look rubbish.
That's why I fit it out, mate. You know, slowly upgrading my stuff. Oh, what me? That's me yellow monkey. That is.
It is a Garomo. It was. I thought it was. That's nice, that mate. It looks. It might not have been as visible for. It's better on my screen because I'm looking at it in 2K, mate. So.
Oh, it's a nice little surrey. Nice banding on it.
Yeah, me little LND grow on's about 32 cm now.
Mine being the
How's
first
Alan's?
bit
It's
of
still in your shop.
little.
No, it's in here. It's in my pond in here.
Well, Alan's is in your pond.
Yeah, Alan still ain't fucking took his, mate.
And for all those that might be interested, before we go any further as well, the Birmingham West Midlands Koi Society end of season junior koi show, the 5th and 6th of October 2024, with on-site restaurant, toilets and free parking, koi up to size 5, 65 cm, wet and dry koi food, supplies, pond equipment, raffle and tombola, bonsai and craft stands.
Okay, so the reason why I've shared this is that this is a real good show for most koi owners to be able to enter and stand a chance of winning the Grand Champion. Because it's only a size 5 being a junior koi show, literally that floor is open to take a real good title. Be in the last koi show of the year as well, right? It is a perfect time. You know, you've got your growing season out the way pretty much. It's a perfect time to do a show, in my opinion. And Mike Gould, who is the chair of Birmingham and West Midlands, has done a fantastic job. And it's a new one out there, and I think everyone needs to get behind this. We need to really push it. I know that there are some VATs available still. And I'm like, for those people that are thinking about going or starting the koi hobby, this is a perfect koi show hobby. This is a perfect opportunity at this time of year to move your fish, you know, and stand a chance of winning a bloody GC, because you're not going to ever win it at a BKKS national, because most of us ain't got fish that size. I think there was only 8 or 9 fish at the size in the BKKS national anyway. So, you know, perfect opportunity. And for me, it's a great time to see fish at that level. I think that is what most people can achieve. Like, with a simple setup, small pond, no specialist sort of rearing. And for me, that is absolutely banging. An absolutely banging idea.
Another way of supporting the BKKS and getting down there to it.
Yeah.
Where's yours, Ricky?
Where's mine?
Where's yours, Matt? Yeah, I like that.
In his fat wallet.
Yeah, hang on, there's fucking all these 50s are burst everywhere.
No, that's all there is in there. £20.
Oh yeah, right.
Mate, that,
Yeah,
that was just on your table, mate. Just
Come on.
laying around a spare change.
I reckon I left it in the
A man that
hotel.
has 5 matching outfits per day and he's only got a 20 quid note in his wallet. Gio.
And to be fair, right, this after Newark show, the Scottish show's at the end of this month. I'll see you there, guys. I'm coming up for the weekend. Yeah, this one I'm attending as well as a wet dealer. So, yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
I love it, Crafty. Can you say that again, please? As a what?
Dealer.
A wet dealer, mate. I'm a wet dealer. Well, I'm not just dealing dry goods, mate. They say wet stand or dry stand, don't they? You know that, Matt.
Sorry, we
I
just
don't know where to go with that.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
get yourselves down there, guys. Sounds like we're going to another show.
Yeah.
Yes.
See you there, Rick.
When's the one in, where did you say? Up where? Up north? Further up north?
Scotland. There's one in Scotland,
Scotland.
guys.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
end of this one's in Kidderminster. The one in
That
up
means
in
you're driving
Scotland is-
past me on your way up then.
what, on the way to Falkirk or Falkirk? Sorry, Scottish viewers, Falkirk.
Yeah, pretty much, mate. I live in middle of country, so you're going past me.
Okay.
Well, might
You're
be
gonna have to come up.
on the
You're
way
gonna have
back.
to come up on the M1 down
Yeah,
62
past me.
up M6.
You could pick us all up.
You're literally driving straight past me. If I just
Mate,
stick somehow
you're
on
not fucking doing-
M62.
Alan
Whoa,
takes
wait, dealer, stop here.
Yeah, I know Alan, I think he's judging at the Scottish show, so I'm having to go up to keep him in check because he's a twat.
That's it now, Alan. You might be putting up with us all.
When's a
for you,
Scottish one,
isn't it?
Crafty?
Say again.
When's a Scottish show?
29th. Let me just have a look at the calendar.
29.
27th, 28th. 27th, 28th.
So next weekend.
What month? This month?
Yeah, the end of this month, yeah.
I can safely say I'm not.
Give us much notice.
Mate, it's been all over the place. It's like you've got to look at the koi, my UK koi page that everyone's trying to copy, Matt and Gaz.
Crafty, you won't let me on it, mate. I keep trying to get on it, and you keep banning me.
8
I
days.
don't ban you. But, mate, people have been posting some of your stuff on there. I'll let your stuff go.
Secret. No, I can't get on it, mate. I can't get on anything.
Mate, just do a profile for Rick. Don't have to do anything but make a profile, and then you can join it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to put anything on your profile.
Rick,
Just have a real
joining Facebook. Fucking hell.
Rick Ashley is your profile picture, mate. Never going to give you up.
Get Zoe to join.
I think she's probably on it. She knows more about stuff than I do, mate.
You know. So we've got the Scottish one at the end of the month, 2 weeks' time. Oh, it's not a week and a half's time, and then the Newark one, Great British Koi Show. That one down in the southeast, then this one.
Angus has asked us a quick question there. Can you tell me the best way to move fish on alive?
Yeah. You could. Well,
Depends
there's,
how you want it to do it, mate. And what's the reason for moving fish on?
Gumtree. That's why I tell everybody.
oh, true. It does work actually, but there's
It does only work,
dedicated rehoming Facebook.
Yeah, most, well, in fact, any community group based koi, channel, group, whatever on Facebook, you can't advertise and you can't rehome. You can't sell fish and you can't rehome on them because it's against YouTube terms and conditions. But there are specific groups for it where you can. If you wanted to move them on, obviously the best way would be to be moving them on, but bagging them up in boxes the same way as they come from a koi suppliers when you pick them up, mate. If it's that sense that you're meaning, if you're wanting to advertise them, there are some Telegram groups that are out there that you can advertise your fish on by joining and showing them, take a little video of them. People can contact you directly. So check out the Telegram.
There's a Facebook page called Passion for Koi. So basically, if you message the guy on there, he will give you a link to an Instagram group for rehoming fish or selling fish, like of stock you don't want anymore. You know, that is very active as well.
Right, next one then is the autistic koi keeper said, I've just bought loads of new fish. So this may be a stupid question, but just to make sure I do it right tomorrow. The pond liner is setting, once the drain is out, which to fit, liner to the first skimmer or bottom drain or window?
Bottom drain.
Bottom drain first, mate, and work your way up.
Yeah, definitely. Do your bottom drain and then come up to each of your inlets, outlets, etc., 2 inches, and then do it. I've seen others that do it all in one hit when the water's not even in the pond, and you only need that liner to move an inch or half an inch, and then you rip it out. So literally fill it up, get to the next one, do your silicone. If you're using good silicone, you can carry on filling it. Can be out of water or in water. Come up to the next one, do that one, bring it up again. So do it in step by step each time.
Yeah, and don't do it all in one day. That's the incorrect way of doing it.
Yeah.
Good information on this channel, isn't there?
There is some good information on this channel.
Actually, there is some, isn't there?
Some. And Angus says he wants to improve his fish stock. There we go. That's the thing, mate, isn't it? You get into the hobby and you start off with koi and you think, I like that koi. And then you go somewhere and you think, God damn, I like that koi a lot more. You purchase that one and it progressively keeps moving stage by stage. So as long as there's a good, genuine reason behind it. And the reason why I asked that, Angus, is purely because there are some people out there that want to turn over the fish and turn over the stock and get rid of the stock because they've had problems and they've had enough. Now, to me, I don't want to see anybody moving on fish stock that they've had problems with, because if you move fish on that you've had problems with, the next thing you know, you're introducing the problem to somebody else and totally ruining their hobby. That was the only reason. I wasn't implying that you would be or you do, mate, but it's literally, it does happen. So rather than having this problem that people have been getting with the bacterial infections from one pond to another pond to another pond to another one, the best way to move them on is like you all wanted to do there, is to do them to improve your collection. That's fair enough. But when people are moving them on because they've got
a lot of the time, guys, a lot of people will, I mean, we see it, don't we, on the Facebook pages, mate. People try and move fish on, and those people that are just after koi without really understanding any of that stuff will just take them. You know,
that's the problem, mate. That's where I know it takes a problem.
They're not in my. They just put in free fish into a pond. They're not really that bothered about what they get a lot of the time. Yeah, that's what that's my take on it.
The other reason for the question was Angus. There are some places that will quite happily take fish that they know are problematic, so that they can live their life out as natural as they can, as best as they can for the time that they've got left. So,
yeah, we got a pond down at the farm, and it's huge. It's a big old pond, and we dump loads and loads of fish in there.
Dump them.
Well, the funny thing is, so about 3 weeks ago, we had a customer that, through age and ill health, decided to shut down his pond, and he wanted me to remove it, all the fish, sell them on, but he wanted them all to go together. Now, he had about 16 fish that were all 50 plus centimeters.
Yeah.
Now, how can anybody take on that number of fish in one hit and expect their filtration to cope. It ain't going to happen. So I offered the facility of taking him down to the farm, and I'd photograph it so that he knew it was all legit, etc., etc. And some of the fish he'd had over 30 years at home. They were all gifted to him as family presents, etc. So took him down to the farm. Went, and it's a big lake. Richard knows where it's to. Big lake in front of the farmer's house.
That's where I get my stock from.
Yeah. Put them in there, and they all swam off happily. The following evening, by chance, I was down there, and I thought I'd go and have a look at them. And in one area of the pond, there was all thrashing going on. Went over to it. All his fish were all there, and they were all spawning. They've never ever spawned ever before.
Change of water. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Change of environment triggered it.
And, like I sent him a video of it, and he's so delighted that, one, that they're all together, and two, that they're finally spawned after 30 years.
That's kind of nice, isn't it?
It is. Yeah. It's kind of like an happy ending for them all.
Yeah. Let's just hope the
I don't mean that like that. Sorry.
That's my sort of joke, that is.
Oh, dear me. Right, what were I showing? The next video.
Alan put all the show dates up, mate. There's loads of them.
He did. I've just put them up there. So Scotland, 27th and 28th. Crouch Valley, the third.
Grouch Valley. Grouch Valley.
Grouch Valley. Grouch. Would you like to read it out, Rick?
No.
God damn it.
That's the mint one, Grouch. Alan Man.
Grouch
Michael
Valley.
Thompson's going to be happy with you, mate.
It is Crouch Valley, isn't it?
It's Crouch, yeah.
I knew it was. Typo, Alan. I corrected you and then got corrected for correcting. Northeast 10th and 11th, Great British 24th and 25th of August. It's boiling in here. I'm going to melt, man. Mid-Staffs, the 7th and the 8th September. Birmingham, West and Midland, 5th and the 6th of October.
Six new other shows. Plenty to get your teeth into.
Six more shows. That's why I bought. That's why I joined, mate. You support them and get to them all. Makes it more worthwhile, doesn't it? If I can get to them all. Flipping heck. Just got a chocolate croissant dropped off, and she comes in saying it's boiling in here.
Porpoise meal. That for Matt would be just a snack.
That'd be one of his little appetizers, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
He'd have miniature ones. Oh, and then the All England 21st and 22nd of September as well.
Yeah, that's down in South. That's in the Kent.
Yeah.
Stop the M3.
That's the indoor one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Plenty.
Right then, where were we?
So,
Video. That's last one. The last one that you sent through. So share a screen.
hello.
Is that Pam? Happy birthday, Pam.
This is Colin Holland said it's something to do with a grommo or something. I didn't read his message.
Yeah, the Gromo comes up here then, I guess, on this one.
Crafty's moving on all of his fishes.
Oh, yeah.
Crafty's moving on some of his fish.
What do you see in an old age pensioner like Matt?
Pam's older than me.
Now he's lying. I'm only going to be 40 at the weekend.
No, you. Yeah,
we
but
said
Matt,
you were 40.
Matt's nearly 60. It's like that's the bit I don't get.
I think it's the grey beard that gives it away.
I'll join the club.
Nice.
I can get grey everywhere.
What now?
And then we've got the wrong way. There we go.
There's a Grimo there.
There's a
He's got some fucking big old fish he needs to move on.
Is that what he's doing? Moving on his older stock to replace them with better and grow them on again?
Is
that his hobby?
Well, he's got a bloody massive old fish in there that he, like I said, there's no way he can get rid of it. It's just too big. But it's one of them pets that you never want to get rid of. But he wants to upgrade the quality of his fish. So yeah, he's moving some on, make a bit of space. But I said to him, he should just make his pond a lot bigger.
Yeah, just keep him.
Triple the size.
Triple size of it.
Oh, he's got a
You're
lot
almost
of
from Rick at New Forest Guy there. See, look. That's what he has there, Rick.
Yeah.
Okay, now.
When did you have any guamos up at New Forest?
Yeah, I've been doing them for a few
When he
years,
nicked him out of that lake down by your house.
Yeah, it's a good old chunky fish as well, that.
We haven't done them for, yeah, we do them. The Fuji ones. Well, the Fuji across the gap.
Yeah. I'm going to get a bit more stock from a Fuji next year. His stock is excellent. I'm getting more from him, like more stock from him next year, like in volume. His stock this year was excellent.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
You gentlemen just have a good old natter between you amongst yourselves while I go get myself another drink because I'm going to melt in it. It's boiling.
Yeah, my missus just gone up in the loft to get her fan down.
Red
What? Does she keep her fans in the loft?
Yeah, mate, in the attic, yeah.
That doesn't sound right, mate.
But there's fans in the attic.
No.
Look. The throw pop.
It's me old girl.
Yeah.
That's mad, isn't it?
My dog done my head in last night, man. It kept fucking jumping on my head and all sorts of fucking things. Spaniels,
You get
man.
a good one.
Oh, mate, she's quality. She just wants you to get up, though. That's the problem.
Yeah. My dog just wants to play ball all the bloody time.
It's just not happening at 3:30 in the morning, like when you're clawing him in the back of my head and we face right at the pillar. Well, I'll be back in a minute. I'm just going to help our lass so she don't break her neck.
God, they're dropping like flies.
They're just disappearing, aren't they?
Have you got anywhere you need to be, Rick?
Me?
Yeah.
All I want to do is just be on TV.
Rich, I can, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, I'll be with you.
You'd be what? You're coming to stay 3 days?
Either one of those days, I'll be coming up.
Oh, fucking hell. Well, you could have come this weekend. It's a festival.
I know. Tell me about it.
Tell Pam to sort it out. Oh, no.
Yeah. Still point.
Have you been to any festivals yet, Rick, this year?
No, this one's just down the road, mate. But yeah, we're going to Truck Fest next weekend.
Oh.
Which sounds like a truck festival, but it's not. It's actually got some seriously good bands.
Ah.
Slaves, Idols, some good stuff, mate.
Yeah.
And it's right up by Tony, so I might have to crash it is. Yeah, we've got beautiful days, Truck Fest, and another one. So weekends are becoming a problem. So if Crafty sorts himself out and tells me what weekend he's coming,
I'll get back to you tomorrow. There you go.
then I can sort out which weekend you lot can come, which means I can sort out which weekend we can do the
So
YouTube thing.
it's Crafty that's holding everything up. I should have known.
Well, Crafty keeps blaming Alan. Alan keeps blaming Crafty.
Yeah. We're good at that.
I blame both of them.
And to be fair, one of the weekends is shafted now because I got a gin and rum festival. Yeah, rum festival. Mate.
You're just making these up.
No,
When is that, Rick?
Rum Festival do it for me.
The 3rd of what's the next August? No, 3rd of August. The next month.
September.
3rd, 4th of August. That's July.
At the Pavilion, mate, in Bournemouth. A rum festival
That
with
sounds
gin.
good.
Well, I want rum. Zoe wants gin. It's going to end up in
I was going
gin.
to say,
I like the rum.
that's my drink, and Pam's drink's gin, so that's perfect. A gin and rum festival.
Oh, I fancy a rum now, actually. We still got rum in the
Let's all go to the Pavilion in Bournemouth for a rum and gin festival.
I thought you said it was a gin and rum.
Same thing, isn't it? Just different way round. Hang on, I've got tickets for someone. Hang on. I better check this now. I hate gin, man. I couldn't drink gin if it was like.
Oh, I
Is
like
that
the
the-
slow
Have they
gin.
got, have they got ABBA playing that? Might as well, Rick.
For you, they have, yeah. You're my dancing queen, young and sweet, only 17. Oh yeah. I wasn't allowed in, was I?
No, we weren't allowed in.
Wasn't for want of trying.
There was only one of us that got in. Ross
Yeah.
got in.
Yeah.
Ross got in and got talking with some ladies in there who got a pint bottle just because they're
Who
on.
uses Irish charm?
Oh, god damn, that's red. Right then, what we got? Topic,
Nothing.
Matt. Fire
You
at
got
will.
nothing. What's that? Blue tack.
What date's that?
Bloody hell, can't read that.
I can't read either.
Gin, oh, right. So it's a gin and rum festival. So just getting
Do
smashed.
they do koi there? You know, it says loads of women all plastered over it.
It is all women, mate. No blokes allowed unless you've got tickets.
Mate, I can imagine it at the end of the night after they've been on the gin, all bawling their fucking eyes out. Mother's ruin.
Yeah, but me and Matt have been right. We're rum lovers. Not gay lovers, just rum lovers.
Well, we did sleep in the same room.
Mate,
And
I've heard your bum
and
lovers.
you did proposition me more than once, Ricky.
Yeah, I know. I saw your wallet, mate.
Is there anything on at Lulworth Castle this year, Rick and Matt?
Normally they do a festival.
Festival.
It's called.
I used to live in Lulworth.
Did you?
Yeah.
Look, yeah.
96 to 99.
Is there anywhere you haven't lived, Crafty?
No, I've lived all over the place, mate. Yeah. That was my first post in the military, that was. So Lulworth Cove.
Well,
And then-
Bovington.
Yeah, no. So you got Lulworth Gunnery Camp just on the hill, just up from Lulworth. Do you come in from Durdle Doorway?
Pardon, Crafty.
You come in from the Durdle Doorway. Durdle
Oh, I'm
Door.
glad you said Durdle door, not back door.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get you excited, mate. I wouldn't mention such a thing. But yeah,
Don't give me shit.
the top of Lulworth Cove is Lulworth Gunnery Camp of the Royal Armoured Corps, and I was stationed there.
Walborough Bay, mate, that is.
Say that again.
Tynan Village, Walborough Bay.
Tynan Village, yeah. It's further down the coast, like literally a mile and a half from Lulworth up the hill from Lulworth Cove. But Lulworth Cove, when I left that place, I got kidnapped by the guys that were staying there, and then I was stripped naked, and then I was put onto a chair, and then they put duct tape, literally duct taped me to a chair so I couldn't move. Put me in the back of a car, took me down to Lulworth Cove, threw me into the cove, like in a chair on a chair, and then they cut me free, and then I had to run through Lulworth naked, kick out time of the pubs while they was crawling behind me with their lights on, bibbing the rawns to get everyone to look. That was my see you later present by the military guys. Yeah. Nice.
I bet you still keep in contact with that lot.
Yeah, that's military humour through and through. It's good luck. No, we did it to one of the other lads, and we took him down the Black Bear up in Wool, which is the next village up. He sat there on a bar stool, all duct taped up, and we were nice. We had a pint, but bought him a pint with a straw. And as we fed him, one of his bollocks fell out of the black, just hanging there over the side of the stool, man. Mince. It's even quite funny when the cops come in and they don't do nothing but have a laugh with it as well.
Well, there is 2 cops in Wall, and they're both 90.
This is why no one joins the army anymore.
It's what you guys miss. That banter, it's great.
I don't think I've missed anything.
Yeah, I can't think of anything better than being strapped to something with my bollock hanging out, being
Yeah.
fed through a straw. Sounds
Yeah,
brilliant.
That's got to be it when you pull all that duct tape off.
It's character building, isn't it? It's all good fun.
I had it
The best thing, the best things we used to do is we used to duct tape people to, the skid boards that you go under vehicles on.
Yeah.
Duct tape
Tip somebody doing
people
that.
to that, and then tie them to a Land Rover and take them for a spin. It's like dangerous, mate, but good
Yeah,
luck.
I think I've seen that on Mad Max.
Yeah, the sort of stuff we used to get.
Couldn't get away with it now.
No, you
No.
wouldn't, mate. No, you really wouldn't. Not even in the military now.
Oh, what a shame.
It is a shame, mate. That's the best days of your life, mate.
Assuming you survive it.
Unless
You
you're
must
the
have
guy
a shit
strapped
child.
to the
We
door.
used to use a lot of duct tape. So we duct taped someone up, turned him upside down in a biffer bin, and then started filling it up with water.
And there came Crafty's passion for
When,
toys.
when the legs start kicking like that, you realise it's and it starts slowing down. You better bring him up for air before dunking him back in again. Like,
You can't even do that to prisoners anymore.
I'm going to say that's what the Taliban do when they're torturing you, isn't it?
we used to do a crucifix as well, where we put a broom handle through
Crafty is
people's,
enough.
Enough.
through
Still
people's,
live.
through people's sleeves like this, and then we'd put a load of track grease in. We'd pump a load of track grease into their coveralls and make them all fat.
Of
And then we'd
course.
hang
Why
them
wouldn't you?
between two tanks as a punishment, like that. And then when the big boss comes round and he's like, "What are you up there for then?" "I fucked up, sir." "Yeah, thought you might have done." Sergeant Day, and that, "Don't take him down till 4 o'clock." "Yeah, no worries, sir. Bang him." Just leave him hanging. Yeah, man. I wasn't a chef, Colin, you cheek. I was a burger flipper.
As a chef.
Times have changed,
He
though,
said
haven't
that overnight, then he on live as well. Told you for being a chef.
Mate, it is what it is. It's army life through and through. It's one of the
they?
best
No, it
lives.
should be. But now you do it, and if they're like ethnic minority, you're in deep shit.
Well, mate, you're in deep shit, full stop. My boys in the army, they don't have nowhere near as much fun as what we used to have.
Yeah. Nobody dies
Did you
anymore,
need
right?
a convention sorted
Only
out?
called it back in there.
Hazing.
Now it's a form of torture or something. Now,
Yeah, bullying.
what we going to divert that topic away from?
Sorry, I went on a bit of a mad one, didn't I?
Not at all, mate.
Not one. Thank you for your service.
No, because you scared more people out of the army than you actually goes in.
Good crack.
That's right. When he comes down the lake fishing, lads, we'll duct tape him to his chair, push him in. and see
Yeah,
if he
mate,
floats.
I've got the experience. I know how to survive that now.
It would be funny as fuck though, when that Crafty floating across the lake.
Yeah.
As a crucifix on a chair.
Glue a load of sake to him so the ducks peck him.
Yeah. We used to steal, like, so some of the new guys that come in would
This
steal
didn't
their
work,
teddy
did it?
bears that their girlfriends had sent them and stuff, and then we'd spend quite a long time making ransom notes asking for bags of Haribo. And one guy, Chris Dorney, ginger fuck, he was boring as hell. He got a girlfriend, like, for the first time ever, got one of these love me, hug me bears, like. So we nicked it, took an eye off of it, put it in an envelope with a ransom note saying we want bags of Haribo, otherwise the bear's going to get it. Didn't get anything. He shimped like fuck. So we then started to send a bit of stuff in envelopes as well. So everyone had a pigeonhole. So a little letter
There's
had
obviously
appeared.
no war going on at this time. You were all
No.
bored.
So he wouldn't submit to giving any Haribo, so we packed it full of track grease, and then we put it on a little crucifix, pulled it up into the rafters of the hangar, and then we called a parade on a Friday afternoon and lowered it down. And it's like any last words, filmed it, and then torched it. Stupid as fuck, but great fun. So if you get any ransom notes, they're not from me.
unless it's specifically demanding
This is
Haribo's.
for McDonald's.
Yeah. I'll count my teddy bears tonight before I go to bed.
That's why I always come prepared, just in case. Just to get a ransom note.
Cows, don't give in to ransom.
Pass them round, mate. I'll have one.
You want one?
Yep.
Thanks, Gaz.
I can't reach.
That's it. I've got it.
Everybody want a Yorkshire mixture, Daz? Yorkshire mixture, mate?
Yeah, I'll have a Yorkshire mixture. Yeah.
Where'd you get them from then? Yorkshire.
Funny enough.
It's like New York chip spice. You're going to get that in Yorkshire.
Come on, there's got to be some coy questions now. I've just bored everyone for 10 minutes.
Matt, do you want Fox's Glacier Mint fruit flavour?
What have you got? Stop.
Well, that's funny, that is, because with the foxes, we had a fox.
Oh dear.
We had a fox that came in, and we got him on camera. Where he came in the garden, he was scooting around the garden all evening, and he went over to Peppa Pig, which is one of my dog's little toys, grabbed it and fucked off.
Come on, they've all got to have. Well, if your dog ain't looking after it, mate, at least it's gone to a good home now.
2 days later, the farmer's at the gate, and he's, Matt, I got something of yours. And they're like, what you got? He went, I got Peppa Pig. And he found it up in the field. God knows how far away it is. But he found it up in the field and brought it back.
But it's Squeaky still in.
No, his eyes were missing, and he got it. And he got it the next night.
Crafty had got to it already.
Had a ransom note stuck to it.
With a bag of Haribo strapped to its ass. Oh my God. No, then,
This is
have you
not
actually
fucking
got
off
any
topic
questions?
tonight, innit?
Does everybody want any topics discussed this evening? Or will you just carry on talking crap?
I've just had another 20 requests to join my Facebook page, guys.
Yeah. How much does it cost
are
you?
you doing, Crafty?
Come on, Matt. Get it. It's your turn, Matt. Give it to him. How's he
I
doing?
know. It's really pissing me off because it's like,
I thought it might have been.
is it? Let's play a game of questions and answers, truth
Go on,
or
then.
dare, or whatever they call it. Is it costing any money?
Doom,
Not a penny, not one penny. On my daughter's life, not one penny.
Is it costing you any sexual favours?
On my daughter's life, not one.
Your turn, Matt.
Is it in the wording?
On my daughter's life, I've got no fucking idea.
It's weird, isn't it?
Mate, there's no black magic behind it at all. There's not. I literally just
Is it a public group or private group?
private.
What the hell, man?
That's what I mean, guys. It's exactly
Well, why
the same
don't we
as
change the name of ours to our little bit after the same beginning as his?
Well,
UK Koi Community, Gaz's Koi Pond Community, and then call yours.
I've added the word UK. I've added the word community,
alone.
and it makes no fucking difference.
This week
Can we
alone,
advertise-
420 members.
Can we advertise our groups on your groups just to get 10% of it?
Thanks, Gaz. Glad you asked that question.
What a good question that was, eh? Matt, straight in there. Would
No.
our post get...
I'm sensing a bit of Facebook envy.
Yeah,
I
me
don't
too,
understand
mate.
it, though. I've had mine for 2 years. I haven't even got to 1,000. Crafty's had it for like 2 minutes. Is it?
About 3 months, and it's 4.4 thousand.
It's weird, isn't it?
Is it costing your boss any money?
No money behind it whatsoever. Not one
See,
penny.
I googled it, and this bloke was saying how to do it, and I was like, I ain't going through that effort, and I can't believe that Crafty's doing that either. And it's like, well,
I
it's
think-
got to
I
be
think-
something.
I think when it gets to
I'll be
one
gen
stage,
up. I'll be gen up with you, right? I'll tell you what I've done, right? I've seen another Facebook group, and I was like, why the fuck is there 32,000 members in there and it all speaks shit, right? So I just put the group together, invited a load of people on my Facebook page. They all joined. And then,
4,429.
there you go. And then
How many friends have you got on Facebook?
what is a yeah, but they're not. A lot of them are military friends, mate.
Yeah,
One
you've,
point- 1.4
you've got the teddy
thousand.
bears off them all, haven't you? You're all handsome.
And did, when you were sent out your invites, did you send them out to all?
No, I selected
You selected them.
people. Yeah.
So it's got to be then. It's got to be the knock-on effect where one person's friend sees it by it being advertising on theirs, and then again you're getting 100 people join. They're all getting it shared and shared and shared and shared and shared. So it just gets, because that's how Facebook works, doesn't it? You get to see.
I got to 1,000 subs, and then I asked everybody to invite a couple of people from their friends group that don't know it, and
Pyramid sales.
you know,
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, it's quite
like it,
some decent posts on there. To be fair, you know,
yeah,
it's
100%.
quite nice. It's not full of shit that I see on other people's.
All right, mine's not that bad.
No, I'm not on about yours, mate. I'm on about others that I see, mate. It's like, fuck me. You know, there's a load of guff. If some of the answers come through, like I'll look at some of the answers, and if they're just dog shit answers, I'll just delete them. So it keeps it.
Is that where all my answers keep going?
It must have been. I've left one of yours.
No, left one.
I did make me giggle over there though when you turned around and said, "Anybody that's got any questions, could you please give us a few categories beforehand?" I thought, well, if you've got all that information, you don't need an answer. You literally just know your own damn answer.
Yeah, that was because someone asked me to post it, so I thought fair enough.
It is relative though, isn't it? Sorry,
It is
Rick.
relative.
A lot of that information does help.
Yeah.
Anybody want to look at some here at Surah?
Go on then.
Right, yeah.
If you insist.
Rick,
Is that what we're doing today?
Rick literally just shook his head.
I didn't see last week's, did I? Because I was working. So
Yes, that's it. You was importing those beautiful goldfish. God bless you.
So the pineapple queen you brought,
yeah,
is it Gimrin?
yeah,
No, I don't think it was.
yeah, it was.
Okay, just checking.
Is that disappointed you now?
No.
No, I know it's not. He wants a Ginrin. I know he does.
So the females are Gimrin.
Don't you need a male?
Meet along, mate. It's one of those. All these names that get banded about, but this is actually quite special. How many meet along Kahaku, Gimrin Kahaku, do you mean?
Well, on a Ginrin, very, very few, I would imagine. Right, then a quick question before we go into looking.
In fact,
I was wondering that as well, guys. Why is it called that?
Why is it called what?
Apricot
Pineapple.
queen or whatever, or pineapple queen.
Pineapple queen. It's just a name, isn't it? It doesn't matter. It could be called.
So it's not yellow.
That's the way of identifying it, isn't it? Yeah, well.
They've got a fish that's unique in the terms of it's literally a meter long, and it's absolutely banging Gimrin Kahaku.
It hasn't got a face like a
That's
pineapple.
so, that's so far off the normal realms of things.
How old was it, Ricky?
Huh?
How old
How
is
old?
it?
Old? Old enough? 6. I don't know.
That's
It
good.
could be
Carl.
like 22-year-old and it's finally got to a meter.
Mate, if you had a 22-year-old quad that finally got to a meter, I'd still be buying its offspring. It looked like that thing.
Why is it that Ginrin does grow slower? Under
Just
normal
they do,
circumstances,
don't they?
that being the the exception, they don't normally grow as big, and they're slower growers, aren't they?
And the dogs.
Yeah, weaker and slower, aren't they?
It's a crossbreeding effect, isn't it?
Why does it?
Is
Why
that,
does
is that why Gaz is short?
grow?
I'm taller than you. Daz or Gaz?
Gaz, you.
I'm 5'11".
No, you weren't.
5'11", mate, and was like that much above you when we were at show. Show your video if you want.
I was sat there.
Who you
thinking,
want
well,
that'll weigh you down.
He was on tiptoes. He's 5'7", really.
That makes you about 2'3" then.
Well, you couldn't see Daz. He was in the bush, wasn't he? That backfired, didn't it? You tried to smoke gas, and then you drunk it and fell in the bush.
Tried to what? What did you get? Is that why you were wasted, Dan? Did you take one?
What happened? He didn't even
So
know.
he tried to spike
I don't remember that.
and then you fell into the bush because you drank it.
What did I drink?
Exactly.
Was it that rum?
didn't
That
you
was
drink?
nice. That was.
Not the rum, mate.
Oh,
Yeah.
Do you not remember pouring out the bottle of the stuff and pouring the vodka in?
no.
That was your downfall.
Is that what he did? Did he pour the rum into his vodka mix one?
I'm not saying anything, but it obviously backfired.
Ricky, what's
That's
on the
why you
menu?
were pouring into
I don't remember that at all. It must have been strong.
What's on the menu, Rick?
When?
Now.
Nothing.
Yes, they have.
What is that?
Put them in for another spawn tonight as well.
Oh,
Is that a
mate,
really
I
big
think lovely
mushroom
meat.
out the garden?
Is that your missus cooking?
Half a pig.
Cooked him like a dinosaur.
It is a massive.
That
This
looks
is
like
the
it's
only thing
been
I've got
dropped
on
and
menu.
kicked across kitchen floor. What happened to it? Is it peppered?
These are so old-fashioned. They come with the kidneys and livers. Yeah, that's it. When butchers aren't allowed to supply offal and meat together.
So
You
you've
know
got
that?
offal of meat.
But
Why?
Steve down bottom of hill, he still does it that way, traditional way. Like
Why would you buy offal and
that what-
meat together?
you've just been served Peppa Pig, mate.
It's like steak and kidney pie without the pie.
Daz, have you Tama spawned yet? Tama Saba
They have,
spawned yet?
yes. I've got about 1 centimetre or 1.5 centimetre fry, and I'm putting in for another spawn tonight, so I should have eggs again tomorrow.
The
There you
market's
go.
going to be flooded.
Spawned. They have
It
spawned,
is.
mate.
It's going to crash. I know it is.
Whose Tamasabas were they?
Sorry.
Who
Daz
was
was-
the breeder of the Tamasabas?
Yeah.
They are Jack ones, are they?
They are the was it Mara Hero?
Marahiro.
Yeah.
We can't start getting fancy about them. They're bloody Ryukins.
Don't burst my bubble.
The Tamasaba, mate.
Yes.
Yes, thanks. Well, there's a video coming out this weekend.
Rick's just
Or
been
maybe
mean.
tomorrow evening, which has got oh no, it was on the back end of the other one, wasn't it?
All will be
It was on the
explained.
back of the
Yes.
other. Yeah. But there
Have
is
we
going to
done
be a
the Heat
video
Story
coming
yet?
out very soon. Daz has been recording the process of it all.
Yes.
So much so he's
I'm
run out
going
of
to put
storage
my
on his
TikTok
phone.
over brown sauce chips.
Let's have a look at some of the old.
Done a
Yeah,
good job.
sorry.
Well done.
Come on, here, Surrey. That's what she said. Here, Surrey.
The other day I found one.
Where's Collins one? We starting with Collins one.
We're starting with Nick Bates first of all. He says,
Do you want me to send Collins one?
We've already got it, mate.
What, the video, the actual video?
Yeah, me and Colin are cahoots now.
All right.
We're going to sabotage your auctions forevermore.
I quite enjoyed your banter, to be fair.
You know what? I can't remember one being at the National.
You can't remember being at the National.
that was the
Neither can I.
No, well, one of the series. I can't remember.
that was
seeing
that was the date rape that Rick supplied you with just before, you know.
Rick was scary with a date rate.
Did I drink that by accident then?
Can you remember one being at the show?
Yes.
You
I
can't
remember everything at the show.
That was Simon Shear's first new one, I believe. There was that. Did I play that one? Was that right? Yep, Simon Shear's new fish. There we go.
Yeah.
Next time, put some more water in, Stan.
Nice bright belly on it.
It's nice.
Nice fish, that.
It's kind of the patterns rather than checkerboard. It's
Two times.
Dad's got roofing, he did.
yeah. Quite nice. That's not glimmering one. I like the black fins.
Yeah,
Is that-
it's a nice
There's a
fish,
fish.
isn't it?
There's it. Oh, it's not a video, that one. There it is in the main pond. And there you go, Simon. You have found this time on this occasion, mate. You have finally got your fish out first, and it hadn't took me a week to find them later on.
It's nice. Quite the shine of the skin's nice.
Yes.
There we go. We've got
Let's
it in the
see.
pond there. Cruising around with in the main.
Yeah, very nice.
To be
It's
fair,
a
when you put
better
it in the bowl, the back end looks solid black, but it looks better there, doesn't it?
It does. You can see the Benny coming up.
I'm just seeing if that was one of mine by Simon Shears.
Too good for yours, Crafty.
Fuck off.
So we got Nick's bit next then. This is a nice example, that.
It is. Got menswear on the head as well.
It's got ladies' wears on the trousers. That's nice fish, isn't it? The trouble, the hit series, the pattern is it doesn't change a lot, does it?
No.
Right, don't really at all, does it?
It was Graf. Was one of yours, mate.
Yeah, I thought it was. I think it was from
Yeah,
That's
week.
about a couple of weeks ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
that's nice, though.
Yeah, put back on it. Look,
Yeah.
very nice.
I would put my own in, but it's dog shit. And next one again. Oh.
Steve, if you're watching, mate, I've responded to your question.
On first inspect, the pattern looks better, but actually, I prefer the last one.
That's
It's almost too stocky, isn't it? Too stocky and then a bit.
Midway.
Steve does that. A lot of Steve's fish are like that. Very
Oh,
stocky up top.
It's not bad though, is it?
That's nice fish, that.
It is. I like it.
Chris Brand says, sorry guys, I got here at Surrey, but it's a load of pants. But it's the wife's sentimental, so I won't be getting it out for this one this week. And this next one is Tony's, far more coy. Far more coy than anybody else.
Looks decent size.
And guess where it is from?
New Forest, perchance.
It
One
is
of Rick's, mate.
one of Rick's, is that?
I still prefer number 2, Tony. I'm sorry.
Turned on himself, Tony.
But it's not bad, is it? Need some more water in the bowl.
Again. Yeah, cover your backs. Cover the back of the fish so we can see it proper.
That's a bit too chunky, Tony.
And that was that for the old Facebook group. I do, but yeah, not very many. We've been. Let me finish. There's not very many people that posted them in the correct place. Which
God,
is
here we go again.
Yeah.
Every week.
The standard get out clause.
It is, because now I've got Kahaku's mixed in with them, and I've also got Benny Ginger's, but this is Jeff Lee's one as well. That is also from Perfect Aquatics.
That looks like a butterfly.
Fucking banging fish, mate. Loads of work.
I believe it is, anyway. I believe it was from Crafton.
Mate, his tail's massive.
Oh, crap. So
That's
we got
right.
the
170 quid, I'd have bought that.
Mate, fucking robbed it blind with that as well.
Ooh, I didn't buy it.
no.
I've sent one to you on behalf of
That's it.
what's his face, Colin Holland.
Oh. I think you've got to own the purchase for a month before you can.
That's a nice fish.
That is a nice fish, that.
Mm. Lovely clean Benny, no speckling.
Lovely pets.
Yeah. Pinky's got one to bring up as well. I will go down through the post and make sure. But there's one from Colin's new purchase from Perfect Aquatics Auction, which is every Tuesday night. So we will see you all next Tuesday.
Yes.
Yes.
Even Rick takes part while he's playing BMXing.
Hang on, it's only got one eye, Crafty.
He does fuck off, does it?
That does.
Matt, you got loads of. You got
That's
loads
Shiro anyway.
Right, let's have a quick look through here. That's some being posted there. This is a ball of them that's been posted by Michael Thompson. Rick, somebody might have given you a little bit of competition.
money.
Michael Thompson.
These are Shinoda Hiyatsuri bought in January for £25 each at 12 cm from Perfect Aquatics.
Oh,
Nice.
Shinoda babies.
Can you imagine? Keep that in your head. Shinoda
Imagine
ones.
that. Yeah, exactly. Imagine that. Imagine that now, folks. And we're going to show you another ball full. And let's see if you can tell me where them ones are from.
It'll be Rick then.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bit of carp angling going on there. It's not
Oh,
very
mate.
bastard.
What's all that about?
I don't know. It was just next video. I thought I'd click it. Could have been anything, couldn't it? That. Michael Thompson's then posted two more of the balls full, but unfortunately we're not.
No, he wants you to have a look at them.
I think I met Michael. He's got some seriously nice shearers as well.
He has got some nice Shiros.
So they're from Rick.
mm.
Oh no, I'd see that. I didn't see that one coming. No.
The smaller ones are from New Forest. The big ones from Omasaka.
Omasaka.
There's a comparison.
Mate.
I'll tell you what, that one's nice. With that one in the middle's nice. Rick.
It's got a real good pie on it.
It does, yeah.
You're a sneaky bugger, you, aren't you, Rick? Sneaky.
Tell me about it, man. I didn't see them coming. Oh, they're not mine.
And just to be sure, we saw him. He posted them twice.
There we go.
Wrong colour, mate, but very nice fish all the same. And that was Jeff's that we've already seen. Marcus pre-fish display and went with the Benigingers, so we will get them for a later date. And I know that there has been some more posted. I'm sure there's some more further down here.
That's a nice kahaki, wasn't it?
Yes,
It's not bad.
there's Paul.
Kage.
I quite like that, mate.
It's something you don't see every day. You either hate it or love it. Pretty special Kage Kiyotsuri.
When you get a good one, mate, I look banging.
Yeah, Rick, that one, I like the one Rick's got. That is nice, that man.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
Kage looks good on the Hiyatsuri, doesn't it?
Big old
Well.
fish. That's it, the one Rick's got. It's about 30 years old, Rick.
Well, it's not far off, mate.
Is it they the ones that you was fetching out that pond the other day? And moving indoors?
No, you
Might have been. No, I don't know. No, the
but it's
the
never.
Kage one's the big. There's a big male we use. But we haven't moved him. Oh yeah, might have done. We might have moved him. I don't know.
Where
mate.
Twisty was following you about with a camera.
Twisty's always following me about.
With a
I'm
camera.
gonna call that's a new name, Twisty.
There's Root one in there, look.
I thought there'd be loads of Hiyatsuri's on. They're quite
I
cheap
did as well, mate.
time, really, aren't they?
The
Unless you're
Hiyatsuri.
Colin.
Where, Pinky, where's...
Kaz will find them all after the show's finished.
Well, if people posted where they asked them to post, it'd be way easier.
It'll be right boring, wouldn't it?
It would. It just make life easier, so much easier. But I know she did pink. I know she did post it. Because this is a pond post.
don't think it's the koi appreciation that loses you all your viewers.
Maybe it's the fact that everybody starts tugging in the tea and everybody goes real quiet.
No.
What do you
It's the
reckon,
fact
Rick?
You don't know what you're doing. You're just scrolling through Facebook, couldn't you?
It could be. I don't have to scroll through Facebook if people posted it where it says, "Everybody, please post here."
But why don't you just have one posty bit? Then they can't.
I do. That's what I post this out for every bloody week. Does whenever it says, "Have you posted your post, guys?" And I go, "Yeah, it's here." Look, the bit where it turns down and says, "If everybody would like
Posty
to."
bit.
Any
I
topics.
still post mine through the mail, mate. I don't even know how to get on this.
Then that's all you need to go on, and anyone that's putting in anything else, that's tough.
Well, then we're finished.
No, we're not. I've got mine yet. Get out of here.
Like every week, look, it goes in. It goes in here, look. There we go. For all those that would like to blah, 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 blah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Look, pictures of your here Suri for the Koi Appreciation Hour. Feel free to post them on the Facebook group right here. And all you do is click on there, comment. And when you click on the comment, you upload your video. That's it.
What if you haven't got Facebook?
Yeah, I
And
can't get
then
on.
you can't send them in. And you just have to go, I've got one. It's really nice.
That's discrimination. I don't
Well,
do Facebook.
I've tried doing it via the email way, and I tried doing it via every other way, and most people seem more comfortable doing it this way. Does
Let's
so
just
like
telegram
anybody
it.
else that would like to send it to me an email, they could send it to Gazza's Koipond1 at virginmedia.com. That was Gazza's Koipond1 at virginmedia.com. You can post them there if you wish, or you can post them to me on Messenger, but the quality is dropped. The reason why I ask for people to put them on there because it doesn't drop the quality of the upload of the video. So that's them, and the next ones that we've got are on this gentleman.
Ooh.
There is Rick's bowl of Hiyatsura.
Direct from Shinoda. Oh, no.
Nice.
All right, mate. Especially for you, Crafty. Job lot.
Job lot, Crafty, do you want to take them?
Yeah, I'll take them. I've just said I'll have them.
You can afford them. £1,000 each.
Mate, fucking mate, name a price. I'll buy it. No problem.
And then his next one is his prize one, which he picked out of them, which
That's
are
nice.
them. Alan, they aren't for sale yet. They are back into the Munger Pond.
No, some of them are in the shop, to be fair. That
Oh,
was just
some out of the ball, are they?
Some are. It's not bad though, is it? My problem is I can't call them Tozai because I've got 100,000 Tozai on the farm and he's a year older.
Hang about.
I can't call them Nisai because no one else does. We need a new term.
I'm just gonna stop streaming this for a minute because Dino's put up a message here. Hello, people. With a heavy heart, I'm announcing the closure of my pond. Sunday, too much with the baby running about. Now paranoid and scared. We'll cover it over it all and go again in a few years.
Dino.
Dino, the way to do it, mate, is to educate the child to be water safe and build it up a little bit to make it so it's safer. So that
put railings around it.
Said little and can't fall in there. Don't shut down your pond when it means as much as it does to you, mate.
We put metal railings around the round pond at my mum and dad's when the kids were small.
You can get
I
grid.
just put armbands on my kids.
Yeah.
But you
Well,
got
mate,
to
you
do
can't
what's
shower.
right, mate. But you can get like metal cover. You can get grids that cover it.
You'd be surprised, Dino. I mean, both of my grandkids are both young. Our Ted knows to stay away since he watched his dog fall in. So you'd always let dog fall in first and they learn from dog.
We'll chuck the wife in.
Yeah, but it is. I get it as well.
Yeah, I'm on it. messing like. But that's the way I've done it with my grandkids. My youngest don't get to go out there full stop on his own. Not that I'm not meaning you would do, mate. But if you want Ben to be able to play out there while you're sat in kitchen and watching front garden, it only takes that 2 minutes to fall in. So I get where you 2 seconds to fall in. So I get where you're coming from. But there are, there are methods and ways that you can make them safer, mate, by building them up a little bit. Raise your pond up so it's bigger than child to what kid gets to age where.
Sack it off, just put an electric fence around it. Kid touches it once, it ain't going back.
Just don't let the kids in the garden. Simple, isn't it? Adult space.
Adult space.
We'll keep my 2 easy pods 10 pits stay on still back your shower and go for a bottom drain and a window next time and go. But baby's more important, so yeah, I can get that, mate. I get where you're coming from.
That is true.
Fair play, Dino. You got to do what's right for yourself, haven't you?
Just do a new pond build and take 5 years to complete it. By then, the kids will be grown up anyway.
Like I do.
Yeah, exactly. You still waited to render yours, aren't you, Crafty?
Yeah,
I tell you what, Dino. I tell you what you could do, right? And this is what my dad did for me when I was a nipper. We had a pond in the front garden, and my dad was worried about the same thing for me. So what he did is he turned that front garden pond into a giant sandpit for me to play with. And once I'd got to the age where I was no more, longer interested in playing in sandpit and all that kind of thing, he then turned it back into a pond again. So you can make use of the space by making it as an area for a kid to play in.
Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Not necessarily a sandpit, or whatever. You could do whatever in it.
Yeah.
And then upgrade from there and make it into, put a little bit of a kid's play area in it.
Yeah.
When they're older, start again.
Yeah, mate, there's one for you. I'll just stand here.
Alpha Zero, what's the pond talk? I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And I think that one's pretty self-explanatory. Yeah.
Do you not realise? Well, look, and then look at Rick's name, and look at Matt's name, and look at Gaz's name, and Daz's. I think.
No, we're definitely not talking about Mars or Alpha Centauri. We're talking about ponds.
I have to agree with him, though. We haven't talked about bullshit to do with ponds. We just talked about crap.
We talked about
it. Should be called Late Night Chat with Gaz and his chums.
Gaz and chums. And Matt.
I mean, it must have been Alpha Zero. It must have been a massive giveaway when it says Gaz's Koi Pond on the title.
No, because we haven't talked about ponds. That's the whole point.
We talk about fish and rum and vodka.
This is new to me. What, you've never heard of a pond? It's an environment where fish stuff live. Can't be that new. Surely to God you've seen one.
Tell you what, that food, I just had a chicken and mushroom and pea omelette, and it was fucking.
You already had a KFC and a McDonald's on way home, man.
I've got a pizza at Ontway. And then heavenly desserts. Oh, I fancy a heavenly desserts actually. I do a mean Ferrero Rocher.
Sorry, I'm just confused.
So away.
Gaz, you have my video now.
I'll just give you my video as well, Gus. You look like you're straight out of sniper school, mate, with them glasses and that high cut.
Right, which one's yours? Oh man, that's mint. We'll do this one first. Wrong one.
I've sent you one last picture. That's what I was just trying to show you. My dog's done.
There we go. This is Crafty's. I lent him this so he could get a quick video because he didn't have one.
That's beautiful.
You don't like that sort of shit, isn't it? It's very similar to Colin's actually, that pattern style.
At what age do they go? Because a lot of them, a lot of yours, Rick, and a lot of them that you see are good red in the head, but the body's a little less more orange further down. At what age do they start going that full red throughout?
Takes time, doesn't it?
Is it like Nisai into Sansai?
No, yeah. Yeah, Sanzo, Yonzo type.
Yonza.
Mate, the
That sounds
Saki
good.
colour does that to Hiat Sori.
That's enough.
That's really nice. That is that is yours, Craft, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. That's not the shop yours. That's yours. Yeah.
I'm gonna stop back your car.
Hang
Is
at
it?
that.
Hey,
Oh,
But you
sorry,
need to share the photo, I think, Gaz. Much more important.
I just need to post. I just need to
Right up there.
think it's
Right on the P1 tab.
I still ain't got this. Goddamn. Most recent. This should be yours. That's Jeff Lee.
Right, there you go.
Alison's, there it is. Sorry, Alison, it was that. That's why I didn't recognise it, because it was. There we go.
oh yes.
Yes.
I didn't know that was the video, love. I would have put it on earlier. I saw the picture and just saw the reflection. I thought it was just a pond video, that one. This is nice as well.
Get your fingers out of the water at all times.
That fish looked massive, but then she must have massive hands.
Yeah, well, that shows it's got good body then, huh?
Big hands, big body.
That's nice as well.
It is.
Is that a little tamataba I see down the bottom as well?
There was a butterfly koi.
Gromo.
Very nice.
Ah.
That
I think
fish goes-
Gromo are the new
Nice,
thing.
oh, Alison, thank you.
I think the Gromos are.
So we've got another one now from Rick. Just not to be outbeaten.
They're my fish.
What is she doing?
Mate, she has gone puppy-fied right there.
That's it, Siri, isn't it? Orange and black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Benny hasn't come up very strong on it though.
I don't know why she's sticking her tongue out, man. She was just.
Aaron says this is
Always
looking
win though,
good
don't they?
with Sakai colour. We're going to have to take your word for it, Aaron, because you didn't submit it. Alpha Zero says, "Is it tasty?"
Very tasty.
Carp is a delicacy in some countries, mate, and koi are carp. So I'm guessing so.
Polish carp was tasty, wasn't it, Gaz?
Polish carp, that was nice. To be fair, it was
Like tuna. It was lovely.
was good.
It was never like.
The carp we had was it was only
It was.
tomato sauce. It
Where'd you
was
get
lovely.
your tuna from? A tin?
I went back for seconds.
Poland.
I thought it was going to be minging. I thought, oh God, I'll taste a little bit. It was really nice.
I've got to admit, Daz, I took the smallest piece because I thought this could be a bit iffy, this, but I did enjoy it. It was nice.
Yeah. Don't knock it till you've tried it.
I have tried it loads of times. It doesn't
Yeah,
taste
but
like
not
tuna.
straight out the bloody lake or the pond. You've got to do it right.
So what we're going for next week's koi appreciation
Benny
will
Ginger.
be, bear with me 1 second,
Kiyotsuri.
no, we've already had Kiyotsuri.
We've already had Shiro at Sori.
Yeah, so Pericina will be next week's koi appreciation.
No,
And then
Benny
after
Ginger
that
was,
will
wasn't it?
be the next one after that will be any koi that you have purchased in an auction. And then the one after that will be Benny Ginger.
Don't forget
Well,
about Benny
we've
Ginger.
not had Matsiko back either.
I think that when we do the auction fish, we put down what we paid for it.
Yeah, that's not that wouldn't be a bad idea, that, because then people will see what you paid for and how much it's developed and grown from what you purchased.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
So next week's koi appreciation will be the Pericina.
Rick, do you want me to post yours for you?
You haven't brought one yet.
Got half the shop.
Now, Rick.
Ooh, that's nice.
Rick's already sending me a picture of his Benny Ginger, but I'm going to say something about said Benny Ginger. It's got too much red on the head, man. It should have white on it.
Who told you that?
Me. It shows it on every other one that I've ever seen.
No, it should have red on its head.
It should have red on its head, but it should also have black and white on its head.
Well,
It's in the
shit.
textbook,
So
mate.
should the
You
same
can't
thing.
argue with the
Shower.
As long as it's got a pattern.
Let's ask Mr. Tate. Mr. Tate, would you like to tell them all that I'm correct? And
It's a black-based fish anyway, so
I'm just making it up. That's one of the community choice ones, isn't it?
Yeah, that was the Kajaku Goshki cross.
The Kajaku Goshki got mate. How have you got a Kurt Benny Ginger from that?
Huh?
I thought a Benny Ginger was produced by a Kahaku cross Ginger.
A lot of things
Traditionally,
one way or another.
right, it's mate.
that's quite nice. Isn't it? You had
be
more than
fair-
one, though, didn't you? Didn't you have 2 or 3?
Yeah, there's a few of them there. I've just pulled that off my phone, to be fair. But yeah, I'm going to do.
Your phone like my phone, Rick. Just
Do you
got
have
nothing
any on your
fucking fish
phone
on it.
of the one that you're growing on from me? Do you have any out? Did you manage to get a snapshot of that?
I didn't do any photos, man. You have to watch Vince's live. You can see it in like Minecraft.
There were some clonkers come out of there, though, mate.
But yeah, I'm going to do a little thing just for you. So we've done this week. We've done Kahaku spawning and the Goshki spawning, and you said about the patterns and the colours. All but Kahaku's white base. It's got to be a white fish with a red pattern. But the fry are both colours, as our Goshki are both colours. So it's one of those misconceptions. So obviously a shower is from a black fry, but a Kahaku can come from an orange or white fry. As can a Sankey, as can a Goshki, as can most other varieties.
Does that mean that it will be white and then develop the Bene on one side?
So you have white, from a Kahaku spawn, you have white fry,
develop the white.
Benny, and you have basically
Yeah.
orange fry that the white develops. They look different, but they're the same. But a shower is from a black offspring.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's one of those. Yeah, you get led down tunnels. You hear things and people say stuff. But
So what about Sankey then? A Sankey all pure from white?
no, because Sankeys hatch orange and white.
Oh, shit. God damn, that don't make it any easier when we've been doing it all wrong.
Well, it doesn't. Well, it's very similar to a Kahaku. Yeah.
Have a look at your messages.
You start with a base color that's either orange or white, but the orange recedes and the white, whatever, and then the sumi develops.
Yeah, the sumi starts when they're about 3/4 of an inch. You start seeing bits of sumi, then it gets progressively darker.
Now they're goddamn nice. Where are they, Crafty?
Showers.
I am. I gotta click the button to test us.
Oh, they are nice.
Where's them, Crafty?
See, are you calling them Benny Ginga or
Don't
just
do that. Where are those fish?
They're on telly.
Yeah, but are they purchasable then?
No,
Oh,
Of course they are.
everything's for sale, but not yet.
What size are they? Them?
Not massive.
No, that one. Is really
yeah, that is nice. Yeah, dibs.
See, I prefer the other one personally.
Well, you can have that one then. We'll have this one.
How's your Momentero Goromo going, Crafty?
You know something, Rick?
Fucking clanger, man.
I've got 3 more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How much are they? 100 quid each?
yeah.
Nice. Pop them in the box, send them out.
I did drop
Alfred
it.
Hero wanted to see HMS Victoria's ship that was laid down in 1759. Good luck finding that, mate. UK was a world superpower for centuries. Still is.
Where? In the space race. Oh,
Lord Nelson's ship. You wanted to see it. No, wrong channel for that one, mate, unless I Google it for you.
Well, that was some shit then.
They're very nice, them crafter.
We are. Very nice.
Colin Holland might let you have them.
Oh,
Colin
they're
Holland.
Colin.
They are, yeah.
Oh, Col, they're good, then. That's banging, that. I like
It
that
is
a lot.
the beauty. The red is just something else, isn't it?
Sorry. Yeah, it is. Dibs, Col.
I've already dipped it, Gaz.
Oh, I'm dibsing another one.
He's only just bought them.
Dibs stuff.
That's beside the point. The dibs rule always wins. It's the law.
Are we done yet? I'm knackered.
We can be, mate.
Why do you want to go home?
Home's better than work. Well, actually, it's not. Actually, I quite like work.
I mean, technically,
I'm eager to get back.
Well, there we go. That is the Koi appreciation done, and that is the evening's entertainment done. Then.
There was a
And
saying,
look
isn't
at
there?
that. They're literally dropping like flies, Rick. As soon as you say, "Are we done?"
That's it.
Got
Rick's
it.
pulled the plug on
Get
it.
on!
Yeah, but home is where the heart is, isn't it?
What?
Colin,
I love
Fingerfinger week
work.
is in another 2 weeks. But
Two
my
weeks
Benny
what?
Finger's going to beat both of them, so.
It probably would, actually. It's a nice fish.
Is it really Platinum Ogons tomorrow?
Platinum Ogons next week.
Next week. Yeah, not tomorrow. Next week.
Who's won the here at Surrey? I mean, I said Rick Awful did because I thought that was the bangers. There was some beautiful fish
mate.
there,
They're all beautiful in their own right.
They are, but I mean, there was some. I mean,
I think
Crafty's
the
individual
the
fish
very
was very
first one
nice,
was
but that was a late
okay.
entry, so it's disqualified.
As always.
Second one we saw. Second one.
The
Yeah.
second one was a very nice fish, which was purchased quite recently.
Was it? Oh.
This morning.
I mean,
For the-
no,
for
hang
the
about-
line.
no, I'm lying. I'm lying.
I tell you what, we could never be koi judges, could we? We'd be walking around the national for days going, "There's a fish." I like that one. Oh, I like that one.
That one, Rick. This one.
That was pretty.
This was the second fish shown.
Wow, good wild guess, wasn't it? We'll do. Yeah, no, I quite like that.
Yeah, that'll do.
Fish that.
It's a little
Who's
bit
what?
thin down the back end, but a bit of sake will sort it out.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Nice pattern.
Yeah, I think we've got some reject. Yeah, but yeah, it's got a cracking pattern.
I think Colin Holland's fish won it personally.
I've
He
got a
hasn't, owned
question.
it, he hasn't owned it a month yet, has he?
Yeah, somebody's
Colin Holland
24 hours.
new rules get brought in week in, week out, don't they?
cleared with Colin Holland's fish.
Good night, Dino. Catch you later, bud.
See you,
What is,
Dina.
what is best then? Solid black pecs or Motor Guru stripy pecs in a Peel Surrey?
Solid black.
Is that just your opinion or is that a judging thing?
No, I like stripy, man.
I like stripy ones. Yeah, I don't like the solid black.
But that won't be solid black when it's older. It'll be stripy.
Oh, is that it? It comes with age, does it?
That
So it's a
is
toss
pretty
up
good.
between them two, then. Is that what we're saying?
That one's only got one eye.
It's not, mate. It's quality.
Oh, crafty.
Matt, yours are looking like.
It's no longer yours. It's sold.
Like it's still in my shop.
Oh, is it still in shop?
Yeah, it's been paid for, but it's still in the shop. So until it leaves, it's technically still mine.
That's
So
what
there we
doesn't
go. I mean, technically, there is no winners to the actual event that we do each week. We just pick
mean.
ones
There's
that
no
we like.
losers. Everyone's a winner.
Everyone's a winner. Yes, there we go. And Rick,
Except me, because I'm a
Rick,
late entry.
can't knock that for a. I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to pull my winner, and I'm going to turn around and say that this That's my winner for tonight.
Me.
Yeah,
I thought you were looking at me.
that's my bowl of winners. Because at the end of the day, there's a fish that anybody or everybody would pick one out of there that they like.
Well, technically, they're mine.
They're all yeah.
Well, yeah.
So I'm a winner.
They're
What
not.
you
Even more technically, none of them are here at Surrey. They're all kin here at Surrey.
Okay.
Oh well, you're disqualified.
Well,
now,
you're
that's all right.
disqualified then. You can't have
Take
them.
yourself out of your
Well,
own.
I no longer want them now.
Lisa Shear says mine is a winner.
To be fair,
Simon says Rick's
Crafty, the
making
amount of
rules
fish you give
again.
away, you might as well have them.
Alpha Zero said I never knew this was a thing. What, you've never heard of the koi community? There's some of the biggest channels in the well, not in the world, but there's some really big channels in the koi community, mate. So have a go.
Oh, you're still watching, so you're obviously enjoying it, which is a good thing because we're just having fun.
It's just
Imagine
Five
watching
guys.
this content if you didn't know what you're watching.
Yeah, mate, it'd be mind blowing, wouldn't it?
Greasing people up and strapping them to tanks for a bit of fun.
With duct tape. You must get through a lot of duct tape in the army.
Oh, mate, it's 10 a penny, isn't it? British Army is.
come on, all right. Up North Koi says, come on, don't PC it. Nobody wants a participation medal.
I do.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, then the best one for me, 100%. Sorry, got to be given then. Crafty, congratulations, mate. You are tonight's winner.
Yes.
Fuck's sake.
Mate, you need to get a round of applause.
You were robbed, Rick.
Again, I would have given it you. That card
It's
game
not
is
about
banging.
winning medals, Gaz. It's about taking part.
Oh,
Cheers.
Is it fuck? Is it fuck? That's why you get a first, second, and third in every race.
Well, there is the winner of this evening. Then, as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
that is our pick for the evening. That is
I like that
beautiful
one.
fish, mint.
Yeah.
That was last time's GC.
And if
as
you
well.
look at that, if you look at this fish there, Crafty, look at it. Check out the pattern. Check out the body of that fish. Yeah, keep that in your mind's eye.
Yeah, look at Colin's fish.
Oh, yeah, exactly. And then look at that. My God damn, they're almost twins.
Shinoda twins.
Yeah.
Can I do it?
Shinoda, baby.
Just a shame it's only got one eye.
But you said that one about the other one too. Can I do?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Point on community.
Is there any late entries, Gaz?
No.
Definitely not.
Oh, here there is. Matt sent me one. This is you can bowl and nudes.
It's been bugging me all night, Gaz. How can you say you're taller than me?
You stood on your fucking wallet again.
You literally gone. Shit. We're gonna bring that up. I'm fucking leaning on a bastard statue.
Like, you've got fucking boots on. I didn't notice you wore cowboy boots.
Look at him holding his pants up.
I got one with me actually turning backwards, but no, you ain't seen that.
You do look shorter, Gaz.
Where's the one with me holding that young lady's nipple?
I don't know if I got that one.
Who's taking a picture? Oh, it must be Vince. Oh, no,
No, Vince is in it.
Who took that picture then?
That koi guy.
I can't remember what's
Ross.
happening.
Oh, no, Ross is there in the middle.
I tell you what, that is one sexy bunch of lads, isn't it?
I tell you what.
You are clearly the best dressed male, mate.
I'll tell you, I am.
This
Oh, wait.
one is just unreal.
Look at that shirt, Rick. Jesus Christ, man. I would definitely going to get in for the Aber night, won't you?
That's the picture you was on about, Gus.
What picture? We all look good. We've all got man boobs.
Fucking taking an eternity. There you go.
Oh, this is a moving one.
What are you doing?
That's great. I am touching.
Rick's just finished.
Look at Vince watching.
Vince is running a bit.
I don't know what bubbles is doing.
How do you? That is amazing.
What is Vicky doing?
Where's Daz's hand?
Why is no one else moving?
That's where's your hand there?
Why are me and Gaz like poking each other's bits? That is insane.
The Connie guy's the only one that don't move. Look, he was good at playing Sleeping Lions when he was a kid, wasn't
Is that my wallet that's got a heartbeat on it? Because
He's got his hand on his wallet now to stop his trousers falling down.
At some point, you've got to stop that.
There you go, Gaz. The next picture for you, mate. That's
there
the
we go.
one. Molesting the statue.
Yeah.
Crafty, did you make me do that?
Yeah.
it's the way that you dressed up for the ABBA night, Ricky.
He loved it.
There's a couple behind to the left that were sat at that bench that got a full-on view of Matt's left ass cheek hanging out.
Your trousers are split, haven't they, mate? Wide open.
Yeah.
That was a good weekend, man.
Yeah.
If they're all as half as good as that, anybody'd have a good time if they're going having a mess around like that.
Next time, more viewers should come along.
Yeah, they should, man. It was
Yeah.
brilliant. It was
Party.
absolutely fantastic weekend. Bet Rick watches Magnum. I bet he does as well, mate.
Magnum PI.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Magnum PI. He used to play
Oh,
stuff
mate,
like
yeah.
that. In fact, I think that was his shirt.
I do drive a Ferrari, to be fair.
Do you Tarzan from a van?
Do I what?
Tarzan from a van. Do you not know the song?
No.
No.
Sing it in your head.
I
Don't
do
know it.
drive a Ferrari. But I'm not Tarzan from Dubai.
Do you not remember it? Do you not remember
Fuck it, so, innit?
I think Gaz is just making this up now.
I can jump from tall buildings and Tarzan from a van because I'm the one-man stuntman. That makes Eastwood look so fine. That's how it went.
That's how what went?
No,
That's how the theme tune to Magnum PI went.
Really?
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm going to Google it now.
He lived
Yeah,
in
it's all right.
Hawaii and drove a Ferrari. I tell you, this is the most random thing on TV.
How would you even remember that shit? That's like 30 years ago.
Am I thinking the Hawaii 5-0, like Tom
No, there was
Hilsick?
Right, with a big moustache. He always landed in a helicopter. There's a black guy that you.
Oh, no, I'm thinking.
That's the A-team, does.
I was thinking
No,
the Fall Guy. Sorry.
It was the other guy that used
I was
to
thinking the
Fall
Fall
Guy.
Guy, not Magnum PI.
Oh, you're thinking of the Fall Guy, where he
Yeah.
jumped that Bronco off the bridge. I used to love that.
Magnum PI was the
Tom
private
Selleck.
detective, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The other guy
What
was
you're
the
saying, I'm the sexy guy with the Ferrari in Hawaii.
this
and
one.
Matt was the full guy with his pants hanging out. He was actually shorter than you.
This one.
That's,
Magnum
yeah,
PI.
That's
Tom.
me. Yeah, that's me and Zoe on a night out.
Really? Zoe's got one lovely ass.
Oh, hey, you know, yeah.
The state of that grass ruined.
Oh my God.
Rick could be part of this group of people, mate. It's just on its way to you.
That was Jeff, you're right. That was the Fall Guy. I should have just listened to Jeff. And never bothered to
Rick definitely could be part of this group.
Is it YMCA or is it?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
What's this one going to be? Fucking hell.
Guys, your keyboard skills are well slow. I could about hours ago.
Mate, I can imagine yours, though, Rick, would still be on the first chapter, mate. How the fuck does this work?
The village
We
people.
definitely got in the avatars, mate. Fucking go on. The old aviators.
Can you ask, did he shoot the deer? Yes, he did.
Matt is the right hand side in the lever.
After he'd run over it with his pickup truck.
To be honest, that is what Matt normally turns up like when I go and meet him.
That was his new outfit for the weekend.
And even his wife would back him up on that. That is exactly what he looks like.
Matt, where did the deer come? Matt, we have a request from Alpha Zero, who's the first time he's ever joined us. Where did the deer come from, and did you shoot it? Tell the story.
He was accidentally hit by a car and I picked up.
Well, he had been hit by a car. So the deer was down in Exmouth. And I had a phone call from the farmer to say that he had one down there that was injured.
But you ran it over and killed it.
Yeah, no, we tried to
What if
find
you
it.
shot it?
Had to. I had one butt broken leg, one back broken leg.
Why didn't you fix the broken leg instead?
You didn't have to shoot it.
Because you can't do
When
that.
he shot it, he broke the other leg.
Now, if you believe this man, see if you can still take him serious after this.
That's pretty camp.
That's a bit of a...
It was his leather thong underneath them boxes that had
Look at leg kicked up, curled up like that as well.
Yeah, my boxes are like wedgies now.
Yeah, they were as well. The
Oh,
wives'
I'm
underwear.
going to have to Rick and finish with you. On the date ref.
Ricky was sound asleep, as you would have seen on the video beforehand.
Definitely roadkill. Yeah. He,
Mate, I can
he
sleep
got run over,
through
mate. So
anything.
he
Did you
made a
feel me
trophy out
sleeping
of it.
again? Matt, every time we go away for the weekend, you film me sleeping.
I know. But there's nothing
Yeah,
else
we
to do.
actually got to see that video too. But
I don't shave my legs, Paul.
yo,
I wax them. No, I don't do that either.
I've got to admit they looked a bit white though. Those legs, you could do a bit of sun on them.
Yeah, well, I'm like two-toned.
In the army, mate, you must have stood out like a sore thumb.
I'll put cream on them, mate.
Just on your face, but your legs.
And my legs. No, they was covered. So you found a deer roadkill and you hanged its head on your wall. Yes.
That's exactly what he did, mate. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
did run over, so he got humanely destroyed.
I'll honestly be there. I ate most of the meat. I had venison stew. I had venison
Burgers.
venison.
Venison on toast.
Yeah.
Venison noodles.
Someone had to eat it, otherwise it'd be like waste, wouldn't it?
It's one of the most healthiest meats you can eat.
It's very
That's
low.
why I ate it. I didn't eat it because it was healthy. I ate it because it's lovely.
I've got a cow's head on my wall.
Oh, what?
You're all
Cow
sick.
head. He has. You sick bastard.
Yeah, what's the
Where did
fast?
that live? What did you run that down with?
Mate, I took it. I'll show you the ammo I used actually, mate. It's like not like Matt.
He's friends with Banksy.
That's what I used.
50 cow.
No, 30mm.
Did you run it over with a tank, Crafty?
No, I shot it with one of these, mate.
Bloody hell.
Look at that.
That's a rocket. That's not a bullet.
Well, it's only that bit that flies, but
Yeah,
imagine that hitting you, that'd hurt, wouldn't it?
yeah, sting a bit.
They've been
Imagine if you got grazed off that one.
Have you got a 50 cow, though?
Nah, fucking too slow, isn't they?
But it's insane.
Not
When
for
you
a
think
cow.
Can't run it.
You think that's a
Well,
fair?
you can out run one.
mate. 30 mil, fast firing, high explosive.
Just for cow
Oh,
shooting.
Oh,
Because they're
cow
really
shooting.
quick.
Oh,
They
shit.
don't run away.
Yeah, when you're on a tank range, you have to stop shooting when deer come into the field.
There we go.
Fuck, it's
Alpha Zero.
exploded.
We've impressed him. Now that's a bullet.
I know that bullet.
I know that bullet. He had one of them.
He caught that one in his teeth.
When I was in the YMCA, we used to use them.
Well, you definitely didn't fire it, Crafty.
Probably a Navy AA bullet from a ship, apparently, he says.
No, it's not an AA bullet, man. This is a 30 millimeter Radon cannon round.
So there you go. 30 millimeter Radon cannon round.
Yeah, so the 30 millimeter cannon that you've got on the bottom of an A10 Warthog, you know, the ones that
We know this, Crafty.
it's one of them, basically.
So is that? I'm guessing that's not a live bullet.
No. It's a drill round, mate. It's what you use to practice your
You practice your misses.
your loading and your unloading and things like that. You practice.
Practice your zzz. Hello, darling.
Yeah, that's what I do. And woo.
This is like right off topic now, isn't it?
Just ever so slightly.
Are they cheaper or less
Who's being
expensive?
timed out? Being timed out looks like what? What are we on about now, Simon? You're giving more conspiracies.
Has anyone had dinner yet?
Yeah, I've had an omelette
You have.
and chips. Yeah,
Can I interest you in a chocolate croissant?
have you not had that yet? That'll be
Yeah.
stale now, mate.
Stay.
Or was it one of them plastic ones?
If you can pass it through
One
a
of those plastic
microwave,
ones you
it
can eat
comes-
forever.
Yeah.
Come back in 15 years, it's still just as good as it was.
it's like
Colin
that-
says 50% sale now on Love Honey. Cheers, Cal.
Cheers,
With all the options. My messages weren't coming through, but that did. Well, your messages that came through probably had profanities in it that I blocked, so it couldn't.
Yeah.
Can you do that?
I can.
No,
mate.
it auto-
I have a whole selection of things that can't come through.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass when you're trying to write something. Write it about 50 fucking times.
Is that why Lee's not allowed on anymore? Just profanity blocked.
Wait, there's a link up there that Lee can join anytime he wants, or anybody else. In fact, Alpha Zero, why don't you come on and come and
How
join
Yeah,
the
come
group?
join us.
You can
I'm
stop.
guessing you got to be from over the States.
No,
Can
I
you
think
stop
it's
swear
Europe.
words?
You're right in
Like-
Europe.
Yeah, he mentioned something about we like UK lads in Europe or something.
I was talking about that bullet. Don't know then, mate.
Guys, can you really stop like swear words in text?
Yes. Anything I can put if I was to put in a selected word, I could put in and nobody would be able to use the word
I can't
and.
even write
Yeah,
FB
if I
or
was to tell
Facebook. or
you
anything.
to fuck off or whatever, and I could just put a gap in F and K.
No, it picks it up.
It picks it up, yeah.
I've tried
I mean,
doing
I've
that.
got it so it's selected so that it has moderate monetization direct from YouTube as well. You can go 2 levels above that so that you can't. But that if you do, you literally can't type anything.
But I got to say, I'm impressed, Ricky. You knew how to spell it.
Didn't mate? I only knew the first and last letter.
Now it's Finnish. There you go. From Finland. Finland in the house.
But when did you start?
He's finished.
Have you seen Collins? Collins, mate, that bottle looks great there, mate.
Well, check out this sponsor this week.
Yeah.
Can you
Look
do
at
that?
Collins.
Are available. Or get banned.
Collins
I'm not stopping.
Collins, he purchased a 32 millimeter silver bullet. He's not going to lie. He's seen the wife's eyes light up when I put my silver bullet out. So you got She got excited for that. You're in for a night of passion tonight, Cole?
He's
Well
not.
then,
Or maybe he is. I don't know.
if I'm not feeling myself,
Just come on live. All you have to do is push the link at the top of the chat.
wait, the link
Don't
at
go
the top.
live. We're leaving now.
Oh, we could leave him to carry on for us. Apparently, he's good for 3 days. He can live stream for 3 days. We'll just come back on 4th when he's finished and then kick off again.
When are we doing this 24-hour marathon anyway?
I don't know, but when I'm down for doing it. Daz is down for doing it because I know he can stay awake.
I'll help out on that.
I'll tell you what, I'll be in there. I'll do the first and last hour.
The first and last hour. We're doing
True.
24,
Okay,
but
okay.
why are we doing it and what we're doing it for?
We're not doing we're just let's do it for fun.
Just doing it for shits and giggles. That
Yeah.
sounds good because I can't be asked.
No, we don't do nothing for charity anymore.
No, fuck
Bunch of
that man
wankers
after last time.
charity. All they want to do is take stuff and they give nothing back.
I'll tell you, I'll do an auction throughout the day. I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'll
Do an
start doing the auction.
We'll do an auction. We could do an auction with New Forest Coy. We could do an auction with Howie
No.
Coy. We could
Crafty can do an
with
auction every
Travis
hour.
Coy.
Perfect price every hour for 24 hours.
I'm up for that.
Go for it, mate.
There's only 84 people watching, and hopefully we can get 84 people to comment. Would 84 people like to see a 24-hour
24 hours of this
broadcast?
shit.
24 hours of this complete madness. Don't do it for free. So many charities need money.
That's a lot of beer to consume, though, isn't it?
Well,
Mate, I've done loads tonight.
Rick's a master at that. Anything that's left over, we'll just send it down New Forest.
I'd have it.
I'd have it for sure.
Matt
don't
does
want
2
it once,
pints.
though,
He's
guys.
done.
Mr. Tate says yes. Mr. Tate, you have to be a part of it, though.
He'll
You
be
have to
part of
do
it.
the 24-hour, but you have to be a part of it. Teresa says Daz won't handle that. Done right.
Yeah, but that's part of the fun, isn't it?
And
24
just-
hours.
Why do you do half for the BKKS and half for another charity?
Tony says I would watch the first and last hour. Thanks very much for the support, Tony.
I think, guys, we could do it where we can get people involved as well.
Yeah.
Not just us.
Yeah, exactly.
What, 2 a.m?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky, I've just sent a teaser over
Vicky,
the guys.
yeah, go on, Vicky.
Peter says yes, it's better what's on TV.
If Ricky's on during the night hours, this is what you're going to expect to see from Ricky.
Yeah, I'll be on it.
Colin says, mate, I watch Rick and Vince 5 hours a day, so watching you lot for 24 hours is a walk in the park.
Fair play. I never knew who watched, but
You didn't know who it was, but now you do. Alpha Zero says, my uncle fought 6 years in World War II and was a police officer after the war. My second uncle was badly dismembered and he had no legs and shrapnel in his head. Jesus Christ.
Oh.
Well, thank you. Obviously, you
That's
can't no more, mate, but thank you for their services.
Mm.
Alpha, you're a cheerful chap. Yeah. Well.
That's true, isn't it? Lorraine,
Don't
you're
worry
in
about that.
as one of the guests. Well volunteered.
A pop-up guest. Thank you very much. That's the first time I've ever seen a comment from yourself as well. So
Yeah.
come on, there's still another 81 of you watching that not giving us an answer as of
Add
yet.
a comment in there. Add a
Add
comment.
a comment, just a yes or no. I mean, it's I know that's a scary thing, that keyboard, and I've seen your name.
Yeah, there's a few
Kelly,
warriors
Do that, guys. That is pretty scary.
behind them.
What's that?
Kelly will pop up.
Will she now?
Going.
Even I don't use a keyboard. I do it like this.
Exactly. That's why it takes so fucking long to reply, and I sit there thinking, Jesus Christ, I've just repaired another kitchen unit.
I bet it don't take as long as to reply as I
Do you
do.
not use your foot? Do you not type on your phone like that?
No.
Oh,
I-
man, it's something else you
I've-
You do that, don't you? It's gonna be like that. Hold it around.
That-
Use the keyboard. It's a quick keyboard. You just slide your fingers around it. Paul Hutchinson says,
When you got sausage
"Play with a
thumbs,
troll."
do 3 fucking letters at a time.
Oh,
with
mate,
them.
what the hell? Is that a super chat? No, that's not.
That was a super chat, mate.
It was a super chat to
Yeah.
play with a troll. Who's a troll?
I think he's referring to the alpha dude. He thinks he's a troll. I don't. I think he's just stumbled on us and thought, "Oh, I'm going to keep
What
watching
the fuck have I found
This is
here?
the most amazing thing you've seen in weeks.
This is the biggest bunch of nut jobs I've ever
Five
seen.
old fucking blokes,
Thank you
three
very much for
three
the
of
super
which
chat.
are
I really
alcoholic.
appreciate it, mate.
You're right.
Do you change your earring?
No, I've changed it once in like 30 years because it broke.
Have you not got a diamond stud?
No, I just keep the hoop in all the time.
I think a diamond stud would suit.
Simon.
Well, he's very crafty.
Get the cocktail sticks for Daz to prop his eyes open when you do it.
You see the
Lovely
picture?
baby. All right, I'm just
China.
playing with on the 4 or 5 days running up to it. I'm just force feeding him with as many
Sleep
trifles as I
medication that
possibly
was on.
can. He'll be awake.
I'm not
for
being
hours.
funny, right? I go to work for like 72 hours on the bounce. So 24 hours doing this shit is a piece of piss, isn't it?
But you've got to drink the whole time.
Yes.
Easy. I do that at work as well, man.
Yeah.
Confessions of a what?
Isn't it? It's
Come on,
not hard.
guys. Would you be up for a 24-hour shenanigans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We all should get pissed. Well, no time like the present.
It goes on it.
Cheers.
Not at work, Lebo. You got to look after people.
I don't drink Lebo, mate. So
Except he wants
Okay,
to come to the
so we
rum.
need to get
I never drink.
So what are you drinking at the rum festival then, Crafty?
just Coke, mate.
You can't have a Coke and rum.
Coke, no rum, please. I don't like drink. I'll have a drink, but I don't have probably no more than 2.
Don't blame me, mate. You turn out like me.
No, it's because of me
Oh,
fucking.
thanks,
It's
God.
because of me fucking PTSD bullshit, mate. It sends me over the edge.
To be fair, 2 bottles is a fucking lot of rum to drink.
Peter says Daz's earring is a nod to his tipsy past.
Yeah.
To be
Yeah.
fair,
Colin-
You're tipsy.
to be fair,
Colin-
I've got 1 in this one and I've got 2 in this one.
Yeah. Don't know, Alpha. Please don't apologise, mate. Please do not.
No, definitely
apologise.
don't apologise, mate. Bring your friends. Get
It's
them to
the
subscribe.
best
And if
one
you
we've
haven't
been on.
subscribed, make sure you do because this shit happens every Thursday night.
It's not shit, Gus.
It's crazy.
To be fair, there was some good information earlier.
There was some very good information. We
Yeah.
just get to the bit now where this is the bit now where we should start getting random questions where Rick says,
But people don't ask the questions. People don't ask the questions.
"This is it,
Yeah,
mate."
mate.
We're a panel.
I don't know, Warrior UV or something.
Did I hear you sort of talking about my earring again?
No, I just said
Yeah.
I'd got 2 in this one and 1 in this one.
Yeah,
Somebody
but Colin
said-
Holland has put a great comment on. You need to put it up.
Oh, good comments. We love good comments.
Would it be Donald Trump?
Perfect Quags is the best shop I've bought fish from this year.
No, it
That
weren't
one.
nothing like that. Yeah.
Rick does every day. There's
No,
a wide.
it weren't that one. There's
Don't
another
No,
one.
stop.
going forward, I
There
think
you go.
diamond studs would be more manly. I've got one of them too.
Yeah, for Daz, he meant.
Yeah.
Bastard,
Yeah.
what are you
got,
trying to say?
I've even got a silver one that's a right thick one that clamps to me.
I'm going to get a complex now.
I've got both my ears pierced.
Yeah.
So I went when I was in. There's a story behind it.
I mean,
There's on mine too, mate. All 3 of
So
them.
when I went to school, right, I went with one ear done, and then I got sent home because I refused to take it out. Because so look through the rules. Girls are allowed to wear a pair of earrings.
What
So
a
I put
knobhead.
2
You
earrings
got
in,
2.
and then went back to school, and then they sent me home again just so I could kick off about.
And
Like,
then he got a Prince Albert just to show the rest of the class.
I thought that when you had both ears done, that was what you wasn't sure about your sexuality.
that's
No,
like,
that's not
what are you on about? Like, girls are allowed them. How come
I've had-
boys then?
I've had my eyebrow pierced as well.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rules.
I got mine first when I went to college. Lads turned around. We went to town for some dinner. And lads turned around and said, "Dare you to get your ear pierced?" I said, "I'll tell you what. You all pay me a tenner, and I'll get it done." He said, "No, just paying you a tenner to get it done." One. I said, "All right, then. I'll have 1 in that one and 2 in that one." So they all paid me a tenner. I made £100. Happy days. Thanks very much.
Sweet.
Donald Trump just got his done for free, isn't he?
Is what?
Donald Trump just got his done for free.
Yeah.
What happened with that? I seen it all blood. What was that about?
Was that a 50 caliber?
No,
It was an AR, wasn't it?
a 50 caliber would have taken his ear off it, even if he
Did somebody
missed.
ever pop at him?
Yeah.
No.
Attempted assassination.
Yeah.
How did that not hit anybody else behind him then?
It,
Directly?
it killed somebody and injured two.
Yeah.
You're fucking joking. Really, it did.
Did you see that, Gaz?
No, I just saw a clip of like a bandage on his ear and his face covered in a bit of blood.
Prince
I
Charles,
didn't know.
How did you so?
King Charles was due to go to America next week, but he's.
How about that? Your picture's frozen for some reason.
Yes. Fucking.
Either that, you're really serious about this topic.
It's
Well,
fucking
I am.
fight of arseholes, mate, isn't he?
King Charles was due to go to America next week, but he's refused to go now because he reckons he's too much of a bigger target.
Because of his ears.
Yeah.
My God. The world is a dark place right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's pretty much, it's fucking dark out there, mate. I will say that. You're right. It's now time to see who is really your friend. UK has almost 100 million people and immense manufacturing power.
Correct.
Oh, we know. Yeah, we've always been.
And we're also a nuclear power.
Yeah.
Just getting that in there.
And the UK
We're great friends. We got
biggest
weapons.
manufacturer of koi food.
Yeah, we're manufacturing koi.
Yeah.
We don't manufacture nothing, mate.
We do. We make koi.
We make nothing.
Hang about. Lorraine put something in there earlier on, right? If you're getting pissed, then make sure you do some auction so we can all grab a good bargain. Now, there's a clever one. I like how you're thinking here. And she also says,
Man,
you
but
can
she
do a
missed
fancy
it.
dress. The five of you could make up the village people piss off.
That's a good idea, actually. I'm up for that.
Well, to be fair, Gaz and Daz pretty much are.
Yeah, they're already on it.
So
Yeah.
I'll be the Indian, obviously, because of my complexion.
Is that
I mean,
Lorraine? Kitty
Look how
still?
serious Matt is about this, though.
That's
Yeah.
just appearance gone black.
Matt,
He's trying stuff on already.
No, I
Matt,
just reckon.
you-
your camera's gone. Your camera's gone, mate.
He's
Drop
got
out,
to look for his chaps.
drop out, and come back in again, or otherwise, you just at the moment all I can see is you're pondering, but you're on the live. Your screen's black.
If we did 24 hours, right, and you're going to do an auction an hour, and I think if it's 25 hours,
I
right,
didn't auction one fish every hour.
yeah,
That's a good
and you have
idea.
to start with the alphabet. The first fish has to be. It's going to be pretty difficult now.
That's going to be quite hard. If we ain't got them in stock.
It could be a sargi. First
And a
fish, I think.
sargi.
That's not difficult, really, is it?
Yeah, Becco.
Second one, banana.
Becco.
Deco.
Okay.
Okay. A new breed guy.
Kahaku with a C.
No, D. Chigoi.
We could just have a kage.
Chigoi.
Chub. We have a chub.
Chigoi.
Kage.
Oi.
Kage.
Oh, yeah.
Chag.
Chag.
Yeah.
Or even a chag. Yeah, just to make
I
it
don't
real.
think Deutsch anything.
Sorry, mate. Missed that one.
D.
Yeah,
Deutsch.
we haven't got enough. There's no way we can do that. So that's just a rubbish idea. But we could do one every hour. That's the whole point of doing it.
Yeah,
And all money goes to me.
I'll tell you what,
Yeah.
we could do that.
of course.
If I missed something there, we could do
Yeah.
that. Rich, you could pull up a fish and auction it, then over to Crafty, then over to me, then over to Gaz, then the Dazza, and anybody else.
Jazza.
Yeah.
There we go. So that's the idea behind it then. A 24-hour auction. Every
24
hour,
fish, 24 hours,
24 hours.
24 penises on camera for a whole penis.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to be the one that's trying to sell one of my fish at 3:00 in the morning.
I'll do that.
No, the audience has got to stay. I reckon we'll keep an audience for 24 hours.
I reckon
least
even better
three.
than that. We've all
least
got to
three.
sell each other's fishes.
Yeah,
Fishes.
Ricky, that'd be a really good one. So if I say give Crafty one of mine and say Crafty, you got to sell it.
You're going to give Crafty one of yours.
Yeah, I reckon that'd be real cool, Crafty.
Is that because you can't do it yourself?
Well,
Yeah.
maybe. But only
I'm
time
only
50.
fucking with you.
I'm going to give you, Matt, the ugliest fish I've ever seen to sell.
You have done before, mate.
Oh, God damn. Right, Coyote.
It's getting brutal now.
It is.
We could do that.
There you
24
go.
hours, 24 fish.
24-hour koi auction for a 24-hour live event.
Yeah.
Can,
Have a
I'm
look
on
at
holiday
the
that
picture
day.
I've just sent you of Donald Trump's new piercing.
I didn't realise that's what had happened.
Mm.
No, watching you was just full of
Someone shot him in the ear. Good shot,
Yeah.
that was, wasn't it? He's got a massive head. Yeah, he's got a big head. And a big body.
It was the hair wafting about that did it. All that movement threw him off his aim.
This stinks again, doesn't it?
He does. I mean, how can they be shooting him in the air? But they got the guy that fired the bullet straight away. They nailed him instantly.
Well, they did.
That's a good one. I like that.
They watched him on the building before they shot him.
That's courtesy of Colin Holland, by the way.
They watched him on the building, hoping they'd
Oh my
shoot him.
God.
When he missed, they had to shoot him back, didn't they?
It's another JFK.
Well, to be fair, man, I like the fact that everyone was chanting USA when there's people all fucking dead and injured in the fucking crowd. The fucking ex-president's been piled on, and they're going USA. It's like that's exactly where you don't want to be right now.
Yeah, but well, I don't know. We can't continue this at this point without having a proper discussion about a 24-hour koi auction.
Let's do it.
That's a whole new can of worms, then, isn't it? A 24-hour koi auction. Who's making the money from the auction in koi we're selling?
Well, that's the point. Yeah.
Whoever's selling the fish makes the money from their for
That's
their
not a
fish they're
24-hour
selling.
koi auction that's for charity, is it?
We're doing it for charity, mate.
Charity, we're doing it for personal gain.
Doing it for fun.
Yeah. To
So
pay for
3
the
o'clock in
beer.
the morning selling a fish for 99p ain't going to be great fun.
No, but it will be when Crafty's trying to sell.
It will be
Right.
when I'm
Right.
absolutely
Right.
hammered by that time and we've all been drinking all night. It'll be as fun as hell because I won't be able to do shit on a PC if I get drunk.
Can you imagine the worst fucking specimen that you could ever bring up, and
Yeah.
Crafty's having to promote that fish and say it's the best thing that you're ever going to buy? Actually, you've done it a lot,
You won't.
Crafty.
It's true. It's true. You got me, mate.
I think the rum's kicking in.
Oh,
To be fair, I've been waiting for one to come back from you.
I didn't feel.
Yeah, Ricky, look at this.
Don't look at that. Look at this.
what about that? What about that? A
Oh,
men's
mate,
mental
don't.
health charity.
She's been there all night.
Because you said you're going to kill her in the morning.
I know. Yeah.
What was
She
that
can
bit?
hear.
What was that? What was the code bit you were both talking about earlier on about Sky?
Sky, that's the dog, mate.
That's her.
It's not code.
Sorry. I didn't know the dog was called Sky.
You can't make it about men's mental health because we've got. Although Lorraine's the one
No,
that
to be fair, we can make it actually.
Actually,
White-
is that
White
I couldn't
men's
ask-
health.
is that Lorraine Kitty Skelding?
What is your partner from before?
Well, I'm just laughing. I recognise the name, and the last question or the last comment she made to me was, "There's always someone. Sorry, there's always some twat who can't cope with the competition." And it's got to be the same lovely lady.
I love the word competition.
we picked our first coins up with King Charles on it this week as well.
Who?
That's
Better
exciting.
fucking quags.
Yeah, at the show.
mean for the shop?
Sorry. Yeah, I took a picture of it. But we've had notes.
You need to get out more, Crafty.
No, but I've sent it you guys because they're quite special.
Are they?
There won't be. There'll be
They
everywhere
look,
next week.
they look the nuts, mate.
It says you don't remember that.
Guys, show that picture of the new coin of King Charles, mate. It looks the nuts.
Really?
It's a man with a big willy. Gotta be.
It looks amazing, mate.
I'm definitely not getting monetized on this one this evening, am I?
Well, you got to show it, brother.
I'm showing it.
Save it for the 24-hour marathon. To be fair, I'd
The
be
nuts,
one of them.
innit? It's quality.
Oh dear.
Is this next year we're doing this or what? And can we have
Next
a barbecue with it as well?
How are we
No,
going to
this-
do that? We all have a barbecue in his own gardens. We just say, do you want a burger? And keep passing them through like lettuce
I
fruit.
don't care what you
Yeah.
want to do. I quite like a barbecue. I'm staying up 24 hours. I like a barbecue. I like the fire and the coal.
Well, then what we're doing it live. from
We
you
could do a road show.
We could do it at the lakes. We could all go to the lakes for 24 hours. One of us has to be awake at some point.
Well, how do you sell your fish online?
How?
Oh, there's
Yeah.
plenty. You pre-recorded,
Lake,
don't you?
your lake.
Yeah, why not? Just do it.
So we're doing a 24-hour live from your lake then. Well, you need to send dates then.
I'm trying, mate.
This-
It's
look,
dickhead
Ricky,
over. Dickhead over. That's really weird. It's back to front.
This year, Ricky.
What are you trying to sort dates out for the date for us all?
I'm
to be there
running.
at the
I'm
same
running out of
time?
dates to get everyone to do shit, and this dickhead is
This
being
dickhead.
indecisive. Apparently, as Alan Tate said.
Well,
Mate, it's Alan Tate, not me. He's the one that.
oh,
He's the one
no,
that's
here
holding
we
me
are,
up.
right? So we're waiting for dates, and the only person I'm waiting for a date with dates from is from you. Mr. Tate's good anytime. He's retired.
Right, hang on a second.
He's not actually shit.
Mate,
Sorry, Al.
my
That's
dates run out. We're gonna have to do double bubbles or something at some point. Weekends are a nightmare, isn't it? I've got family. Sometimes
got a
they want to see me.
We
Well,
got
I can't do from 6th to 14th. Oh, so all you guys that knows from the 6th to the 14th, which will be Thursday the 8th of August, there will be no GKP live.
What weekend's the Great British Koi Show?
I don't know. Alan told us earlier.
Is that bank holiday weekend, 24th, 25th?
Bank holiday weekends are a nightmare.
Oh no, but
Oh, Colin. Oh, I reckon you just put yourself on the shit list there, Col.
oh
That
mate,
is
that's brilliant.
fucking to the bone, isn't it? That is no messing.
Colin says we should do a 24-hour event to repair all Rick's 900 clockwork feeders.
I can't get the bits, mate.
'24th to the 25th. Oh, there we go, Craft. Right. So what do you want to do? All of us there at the same
So it's
time?
got to be August the 3rd and the 4th.
No, I don't want you there at the same time.
Oh, thanks. Fuck you very much then. Why not?
Fucking hell, I don't want to. 6 twats is enough, isn't it?
3rd and 4th, Cole. Are you available then, Al? 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, that's not so good. That's the rum night now.
Well, we can't do the other night because
Yeah.
it's a Great British Koi Show.
Stop saying when you can and start saying when you can.
No, well,
I did. I gave him
any
dates when I
problems?
could, and then they've been filled up because he was so slow. Can we just do midweek, man? Let's do like Monday to Friday.
I could do a midweek.
I
Can
could
you?
do any time. I'm a man of leisure.
Fuck it. Let's just do midweek, man. It's much easier.
Mate, this is fucking so cold. It's great.
I can do any time. I just need to book the time off.
Right, perfect. Fuck the weekends off. There's no weekends left.
It's up to Alan, mate, when he can come during the week.
It's like something like what 30 odd of them.
We can walk around with a GoPro.
Let's still turn up whenever. Fuck it. Just go. Let's go for it.
Who's Alan? Alan Tate, Alpha Zero, is the BKKS.
He won't understand that.
He's the
British
biggest.
Koi Keepers Society judge.
Is the
Old
British
man.
Koi Keeping Society's head judge.
Okay, so he is the Joint Standards Committee chairperson.
There we go.
It's
He's
easy.
he's a bigwig in the world of judging koi. mate.
He's a miserable old fucker,
Just call him the dog's bollocks.
and he's from way up north. And
He's
You
the
wouldn't
Prime
understand
Minister
him.
of England.
you won't understand him because his accent's fucked, and he says things like "canny."
Why can he tell what he's seen, like?
And if you want to see what it's like, have a look at a program from
Oh, done.
off of the 80s called Alvida Sen Pet. Have a look at Jimmy Nail.
Or Bikers Grove.
In fact, Alan, you are Jimmy Nail. I need to check this out, man.
They were also in Star Wars. Oh, sorry, from Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right then, ladies and gents.
Hang on, let me find a picture of Alan for you.
Oh my
No.
God, he's going to have
Shut
big
the
ears
live
again.
down. It's home time. Some of us have got homes.
You're in it.
I can't even straighten my leg. I've broken my leg.
No. Okay.
You've broken your leg.
Well, no, I can't straighten it. It's probably not broken. It just can't straight.
It's just stiff.
Jimmy Nail. Oh God.
Go on then, you cricket bat. Fucking sort it out.
So yeah, there we go then, ladies and gents. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us this week. If you would all do me a huge favour, and don't forget to share your pictures of your perichinas next week for next week's Koi Appreciation Hour. Usual thing, guys. If you've been enjoying this kind of content, do us a huge favour. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. Until next week for more of this crazy madness. We'll catch you all on the next one. Good night,
Don't
all.
forget,
Yeah.
Tuesday's auction or be a cricket bat.
Oi, Crafty, make sure you put a platinum on.
I've already sent mine.
We're finished, mate. Good night, all.